Hello, y'all. Greetings once again. This is Kev. This is BMBBH, and look like this is gonna take a few minutes. Yeah. But for those who are with me right now, thank you very much. I see you down there, Hyper Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. We're gonna give people some time to get in this mofo. Uh, but yeah. So if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and please on your way in, especially if you're part of the replay gang, uh please hit that like button. Helps the algorithm. Uh RPM what it is. Yeah, we finna get to it in a second, but well, we know the routine. Become a member if if at all possible for those watching in general. Yeah, I have 13 members. Let me give them a shout out as soon as I get to that page. Okay. Shout out to the members: D. Scott, Greg, Aaron Peters, Phil Brad, Creed Fan Forever, Dez, Blacklight Revelations 2, Zentober, D Rock Den, Topaz presents a Neo Nubian's Nuances, Osar Echo, Shatera, and Tell Toya. Thank you all for your continued support. Um, yeah, and welcome to another Smoke Show Sunday. Now, for those of you who are Christians, I don't want you to be offended by the title, but as a black man and as a habitual line stepper, those are things that I'm not going to be able to get around anyway because, hey, I'm on a social media platform using my freedom of speech, wherever I see fit. And as we learned the lesson that we learned from Fresh and Fit this past week, you have to kind of follow the community standards or you can get demonetized, which is something that, I'm not real worried about at this point because I believe that I have been following the community standards, but it's that kind of thing is super subjective. So just don't want any surprises to let you know that I am as careful as possible. So a lot of people seem to be happy that Fresh and Fit because of their antics got demonetized. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys it's a slippery slope. Whenever I see someone stripped of their freedom of speech, you see who people really are. You really do. Man, really on social media platforms, there's no freedom of speech because you are under the scrutiny of community guidelines. And if you don't follow those community guidelines, then we definitely will pay the price. And that's not something that I want to see black men necessarily go through, because we can say things that have a lot of common sense value to them. So it's just, I'm always going to be a supporter of black men's freedom of speech. And, I will keep going to strengthen our resolve and doing the absolute best I can to encourage you men to keep going. Okay, we see Sick Diggy. What's going on? Salute to you. Oh, we got the good officer in here, Charles Faulkner Jr. Woo! Got him. We got my brother Art Newstall TV in the house. Oh, dang one. What's going on, man? How you been? Haven't been seeing you lately, but it's good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. So, like I said, for all of you, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. And if you hit the dislike button, of course, I celebrate those too. So, so anyway, about these smoke shows, I finally added another rule. I've been having like one rule for the longest. And if for those of you who haven't been watching, let me go ahead and put this on the screen real quick. Crying for these hoes is against the rules. No, we don't do that here. We don't, and really that's a shot in the direction of the topic tonight, Jesus be a simp. All right, and once again, I'm gonna say for you Christians, for you churchgoers, for you Bible thumpers, that's not meant to offend you, because I got that saying actually from the woman who went on TikTok and was really scared that a Freaknik documentary was coming out. Um, on Hulu, which is, I believe, is slated for March of next year. It's either March or in the summer of next year. I believe I read a report. No, I think it was said April of next year. So, this space is gonna be crunk when that happens. So just set your calendars. April of 2024, the Freaknik documentary will hit Hulu. So let me put on a little background music. Put on a little background music for you guys. We're gonna start off with the standard StreamYard edition. Turn this down. Once you go back and listen, the music can be a little loud. Yeah, we got 17 in the building. Hopefully, you guys are pressing like. Please do not disrespect the stream and not press the like button, or shit, even not press the dislike button, because I have fun with those too. Uh huh. So yeah, but here's my other rule. And look, guys, I get it. As black men, we got a lot to unpack. We do. We got a lot to unpack, but we have to understand that we care about our YouTube channels. We care about them growing as big as possible, and we care about getting our message out there. And a way to show us that you care too, especially if you come on the panel, is this: have to start sticking to the topic. Have to start sticking to the topic. We have this thing where a lot of these guys out here will come up here and they will get their shit off. They don't really care about what the topic is. They say really flagrant things, and and I can very well do this because of what happened with Fresh and Fit and their demonetization. I have to start enacting certain standards. Now, brutally honest is what we do around here. But brutally honest does not mean super disrespectful. It does not mean super flagrant. It does not mean that you can come up here on this panel and say shit that's going to get me demonetized. Because, for real, if like I said last night, if I can make a good amount of income from coming on YouTube, I will. It makes things easier for my household. And you goddamn right. And it's just like people be like, "But what about the message? What about the message?" I mean, number one, most of you niggas don't care about the message. I don't give a damn what any of you say. I mean, shit. I mean, but if people are getting filled by whatever you say, then my suggestion is that you accept that shit and damn all the haters. So people do like this program, and I'm gonna keep going with it. Period. That's just the way it is. What I say at the end of each one of these shows: when you don't give up, you will definitely win. And I'm gonna take my own advice every time. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and tell you guys some things, and then I don't follow the same shit. You know what I look like? Telling you something that telling you to do something that I'm not willing to do my goddamn self. So really, just when you come up here, and this is not just a smoke show. This is every show. This is every fucking show that I have. You got to stick to the topic. Now I know Jesus be a simp. I know that's kind of open, and everybody's like, well, you might be listening to me thinking, what kind of topic is this? Where are you going with this, Kev? And I'm telling you where I'm going with this. It's just that I'm sick and tired of everybody blaming their shortfalls and their shortcomings on social media on black men. In this particular space, well, you hear a lot of blame coming at the black manosphere. And the black manosphere, yes, we do have a level of accountability that we have to meet. We are accountable for ourselves and we are accountable for everything that we say. But we're not accountable when you have your own shortfalls and your shortcomings. I'm not going to take accountability for that, just like I don't expect any content creator to take accountability for my shortfalls. I totally blame myself for whatever it happens on this channel. That means if a panelist comes up here acting crazy, I have to take accountability for that because, my power as a content creator, I have to take the L on that, you know. But one thing I do understand is when I do make up a topic, that's what people come to see. They come to hear about that topic. That's just what it is. So this is not for anyone in particular. This is for everyone. This is for everyone, even the habitual line steppers. But see, the habitual line steppers got the sense to stick to the topic. Seeing that I'm very trusting of those guys. So I'm gonna refer to something I did about 2 years ago. Anybody knows narratives and dialogues? Coffee Nino. He came up to this platform one night, and he would start getting all personal and everything. And I cut him off immediately. And I didn't exactly use the best tact in doing it. I couldn't even tell you what broadcast it was, but once I did it, and I did it in such a direct way, he decided to leave the panel. And probably based on the way I had did it, even though I am the content creator, and the buck pretty much stops here when it comes to whatever happens on this channel. I felt justified. Coffee felt like, and I could hear it in his voice and I could see it in his comments. He felt as if I was being rude to him. Now, that was 2 years ago. That's water under the bridge. But the point is to me bringing this up is that I haven't been very consistent with other panelists ever since. So, once again, I'm going to say I do understand that we as black men, based on what we've been through in this society and Western culture, yeah, we got a lot to unpack. We got a lot of shit to get off our chest. What do they say? Get your shit off, basically. But I'm sorry, is these shows, whenever they're topic based and they're not open ended, and then even if they are open ended, whatever you're talking about, you got to be going somewhere with it. Because it's like, look, because you're not only up here for you, you're up here for your subs, you're up here for whoever watches your channel, and content creators, you can do your channels however you want to do them. But I'm topic based from here on out, so take that however you want to take it. So that's the second rule. So let's remember the two rules that I have. Crying for these hoes is prohibited, and stick to the motherfucking topic. Those I don't ask for much. You guys know I do not ask for much. But this is the way things have to be from now on. I'm not gonna let anyone else come up here and disrupt what I got going. Period. That enough is enough. So, all right. So now that we have that out the way, let's move forward. Now, what inspired this topic is this. I tried to kind of deal with it last week, but things went a little sideways when we were being told a very deep story. And for those of you who watched last week, you know what that was. So let me try this again this week. You know, yeah, the breakdown, which, I'm happy for 'em. I'm happy that they are getting this kind of attention. And even Sister George herself mentioned that, this was a sort of a clout chase. But my opinion on this is basically that this bitch, no, I'm sorry, this certain, not Sister George, not Sister George. We're talking about Princella right now. So don't nobody go back and say I called Sister George a bitch, because that's not the case. No, I didn't. Uh, yeah, the woman that calls herself the Queen Maker, someone who I used to deal with in my Facebook group 6 years ago. You know, I think she's cuckoo. I really believe she do, and I really believe she is. And for what she say she's trying to accomplish, I think that's even more cuckoo. Because what I hear is she wants all B dubs to become lesbians, and she wants all black men to be simps. And because of this shit, there's been a lot of dudes saying a lot of simp shit. Like, we're somehow, as a group of men in particular, the black manosphere, or black men who choose to speak out of turn and speak without permission, um, is the cause, is the very reason why there are people like Princella that exists on this platform, which is total horseshit. Don't believe me? If you don't believe me, I want you to take a look at something. Okay, now, now, do I have smoke for this guy? Kinda. I'm gonna do it without the blatant disrespect. But look, when someone says stupid shit, and I just happen to be lurking the chat, then I'm gonna screenshot it, and I'm gonna make you aware of what these guys are saying. Now, however you feel about this content creator right here, it is of no object to me at all. I don't care. Is But I also don't expect for everyone to sit there and agree with me or agree with what I'm about to say. And I'm gonna open the panel up in a little bit. But I want y'all to think about what I said once I open up this panel. Okay, so I'm gonna read what he says. I forgot what broadcast this was. I really wish that I could remember, but this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. You know, I'm gonna read the bottom one. He said, and this was in reference to Princella. Women like her only exist because men choose to reject logic and masculinity to control themselves and rather keep delusional people relevant, like Fleece Johnson for content. Now, I understand he's talking about Anton Daniels, but shit, that shit's on Anton Daniels. And Anton Daniels isn't even a recognized part of the black manosphere. He may probably at one point called himself Manosphere, but I don't remember that shit. But this, like I said, this is the kind of shit that I be talking about. These hoes are adults. They are adults. They make the choice to come up here and spew whatever logic that they want to spew, and and it's not the fault of black men in the space. I say it might be the fault of the previous generation for being so fucking silent. They just talk, 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 ran their fucking mouths, gossip, gossip, spreading all this shit about black men. And this has been going on for decades. So basically, in whatever gender war that you guys think exists, the first shot was fired by them. But I really hate moist shit like this. I'm not saying that this guy is moist or whatever. He's one of those what you like to call believers. But no, I refuse to take any accountability for the existence of any stupid ass cuckoo bitch that comes up here and spews the rhetoric that she spews. Sorry, guy. If you beg to differ, it's whatever. You can respond, but I'm not with that silly shit. Period. Since motherfuckers don't want to answer a challenge. Yeah. So I'm about to look in this and so this is just a small part of evidence that I have that there are actually men that are saying this. I mean, in fact, whenever these kinds of subjects comes up, just go to the breakdown on woman's perspective Wednesday nights and see what these dudes are saying in the chat. There are a bunch of manginas in that chat. Seriously. And I will sit up there and I will take swipes at them niggas. Because manhood falls short of these guys. So remember what I said last week. Dudes will cut their nuts off to spite their manhood. And this right here is an example. Like, man, and believe me, this ain't the first time he said shit like this. I mean, shit, it's been a consistent fucking thing. Okay, the next thing I want you guys to understand is this. If I ever, and I mean ever, become a bigger content creator, I mean that my sub count goes from what it is right now, which is I'm almost at 3,700. I'm about 11 subs away from 3,700. You know, if my sub count ever goes into a mid 5 digits to a high 5 digits, I am going to help the smaller content creators grow. And I will not be expecting anything in return. Period. I'm just that kind of person. I don't expect you to adopt my rhetoric. you know, I don't expect you, above all else, to kiss my ass or christen me a YouTube daddy. But when I see stuff like this, and shout out to JR Wisdom, he seems like he's a good brother. He has a platform that has over 100K subs. Well, so congratulations to him. When I see stuff like this, man, this is the reason why these cuckoo ass broads become more popular. This is how they become bigger. This is how they become more infamous. Because they keep helping them. They keep helping broads like this. I'm not bitching about whoever. He can have whoever he has on the show. He can have whoever he wants on the show. He can. But the thing is, the reason why I kind of object to stuff like this is because it's like this whole thing that these black men that say that, well, I don't ever remember him saying it, but black men are supposed to be helping black men. And then the fact that some of these black men come up here and say that's what they're doing and they don't fucking do it is bullshit. It really is. Why help a broad like this gain strength? Why? Who are these guys? At the end of the day, I mean, however you feel about guys like this, shit, whether it's him trying to get a bag or whatever, I'm gonna more so adopt the philosophy that grown man business adopts: men first. This is not men first. This is helping to spread a poisonous rhetoric. And that's just my opinion on it. We're not entitled to anything, but we can call this shit out. What the fuck? Seriously. I don't get this. But whatever on that. Whatever on that. I'm not saying that J.R. Wisdom is a simp because he doesn't appear to be. But I don't know, man. It's just that sometimes it's like us black men, we have this little natural simp tendency to put females first before we put men first. Serious. I mean, and by the way, he interviewed Pearl. So that's the reason why a lot of people are saying, like, I give a fuck that Pearl is the leader of the Black Manosphere, which is bullshit just to spite guys in this space. But we have to strengthen our resolve in order for shit like that to not gain momentum. We have to show these people, whether you believe you don't give a fuck about them or not, this is our opposition. And it's a mental and and it's a visual thing. Stop falling for this shit. Dude. Because see, shit like this, if we don't, what you see on this screen will continue. Yeah, I don't know. I just had the screenshot and I was like, "Well, maybe I should mention this tonight." Now, this is in reference to the line as whatever Carly Russell. You know, she's the one that, lied about being kidnapped and tortured. And saw said she saw a toddler on the highway. And I don't see how anyone can give this shit a pass. But whenever something goes wrong with it, it always circles back to black men, which is the reason why I don't really check brothers like that. But I'm gonna start checking you niggas as this stupid shit keeps going on. But it's like it's somehow our fault that, or black men in particular's fault, that we react the way we react. To hearing about shit, like this, like when old Juicy Smouye was lying, the couple of these alphabet guys that were, you know, journalists came for us and said, oh, we should have supported them a little bit more. No, the fuck we shouldn't have. Fuck all that. Why the fuck should we support a fucking liar? Whether it be Juicy Smouye or Carly Russell. But let me read this. Whoever this is. And this is like, the shit is getting dumber and fucking dumber. Colorful story. At Colorful Story. To see black men reacting the way they are to this Carly Russell news is so disheartening. Too many of y'all hate black women and take pride in seeing black women harmed. Y'all really want to be the oppressors, and it shows. Man, we ain't gonna sit up there and we ain't gonna sit up there and vouch for a liar. See, where was his energy when Justice Smollett, lied, from them? But they're the victims, even when they do lie. So I say fuck that shit. Damn. Like what do y'all think of this shit? Let me see. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat. So we got the active activists here. What's going on? Antoine Brown Sr. Hybrid catastrophic impact. X83rd Power said, keep in mind they are always looking for reasons to shut down the Black Manosphere. Yeah, Black Manosphere ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Marcus, what is up, my brother? Raven Knight, long live. That man said, that man said, please, people, no buzzwords. You too super sensitive. Use code words. Hey, look, they're even like they're even like getting in tune to the buzzwords. You know why? Because you got a bunch of tattletales. You got a bunch of little sister acting ass niggas out here. What up, K Williams? What it is? And Hybrid says Princella is a whole basket case, a complete basket case. No, Sick Diggy, hey, a complete basket case. Said another one out of the asylum. D-Rock Den, what is going on? Zentober, what is up? Gave you guys shout outs at the beginning because I always give the members shout outs. Even if that's the case, we're still going to speak the truth. You goddamn right. Shoot. Shoot. I want to just fresh and fit. Like I said this afternoon on Ike Giamme's channel. Not I wasn't on the panel. I was in the chat. I said did their Cash App get demonetized? And Tober said I've seen the guy around. I know you're talking about. I seen the guy around. Don't want to cast judgment. Don't know him personally. I don't know any of these guys personally. I don't know any. I'm just going off what they say. And trust me, he has cast judgment on this space and the content creators that are in this space. He's cast judgment on all of us. See, I'm gonna tell you what a wise person told me a long time ago. A wise older person. You know how we feel about the old niggas, but you know, he told me that everybody judges everybody. There is no way around it. Period. And, I want you guys to understand that when you go outside, even when you're taking out the trash, somebody's going to judge you. Period. Zentober, Anton isn't a part of the space. Yep, we know this. they living all the they're living off all the propaganda on black men, but we are in the age of information, and they can be easily debunked. Yeah. Yeah. D-Rock then said moist as fuck. I said it. Said imagine simping for a woman that you wish didn't exist. Yeah, if you got to copyright that saying, dudes would cut their nuts off to spite their manhood. Yes, exactly. Shit. LOL. And so, what up, Soul? Shoot, that's a cool guy. He said niggas in black YouTube create their own enemies. Create. Clarify, brother. D-Rod Dan, big ups to Soul Provider Streams. Yeah, go check that brother out. He doesn't deal with issues that are in this space. He does more of the anime, pop culture type stuff. So it's something that's very different. So definitely check out Soul Provider Streams. Uh, Dudes are making a new and approved Cynthia G. Exactly. Exactly. I know I mentioned her. Like I said, I knew her 6 years ago when she was on Facebook saying the same garbage. But see, the thing is, I already know these people are easy to destroy. It's like some of these less, some of these guys whose brain don't move that quick. I'm not gonna call them slow. They don't exactly catch on. Yeah. Mr. Me Too, what is up? Good to see you. Have I had a great weekend? Yeah, I had an okay weekend. Sure is hot outside. Down in the south. Gotta start Milton Patton. Gotta start doing what the females doing. Fag their videos. I will always encourage men not to stoop to the tactics of females. You do what you want to do on your private time. I can't tell you what to do. If you if you want to do that, that's fine. But just know this: I don't or will never recommend something like that because for me, it's a dubious tactic, and I rather defeat my enemies the right way. And I really don't have any enemies here. I really don't. That's why these smoke shows really I haven't I don't think in any smoke show that I've had that's been going on for I think a good 3 months that I've had anybody really come up here and give me any smoke. But what I'm saying is if there's somebody I want to disprove, I just want to crush them under my boot. I don't have to flag them. I don't have to do anything because see, my thing is push for the strength of black men to increase and to increase in such an exponential amount to the point where there's nothing you can really do to us, to fortify our way of life in our way. Because nobody's gonna ask me to lead and expect me to sit down and shut up like a fucking puppy. well, puppies don't shut up, but you know what I fucking mean. You have lost your goddamn mind. And Tober said there was a time comments like that bothered me. Now I laugh and move on. And he said indifference works. It really does. I mean, yeah, indifference works, but where's the excitement in that? Where is it? Marcus Romero production says women really make no damn sense. Right, Houston. She used to be the female Tommy Sotomayor, and she did a 180 like old boy from the African diaspora news, Philip Scott. Uh, uh, that's what they all do. That's what they all do. It's like once they get to a certain point, they make a 180, and then all of a sudden, is oh fuck these niggas, fuck black men this, black men that. I've seen it a few times. I've seen it a few times, and it seems to be working. Once you get the support, then all of a sudden you do a 180, and then you get all these motherfuckers out of nowhere. But we're the grifters over here. We're the misery merchants, as they say. Shoot, platforms like this definitely strengthen black men. Well, I appreciate it, and I won't argue with you about it. So by saying that, like I said, by saying that and by calling statements like this out, I'm not trying to make an enemy. I just make brothers aware of what's being said so they can give their own little pushback, they can give their own little feedback. But, you know, statements like this, never forget. Never forget. Seriously. And the reason why I put this statement up here is because it seems like men give up their position in a heartbeat for women. It is like I don't care how good pussy is. You can get even better pussy just shooting straight and telling them the truth. I understand this and I know this from experience. Shit. Pussies dry up around simps. Believe me, it dries up. It's like I swear to God, if you get a simp in here, if you get a simp around a group of women, you can pull panties down on any one of them women, and dust will fall out their fucking vaginas if that guy starts simping a little bit too much. So it's like never forget the things that this Rebecca woman saying can only be dealt with or checked by women. But who gonna check her boob? Like what the fuck? What in the absolute fuck? Yep. That's yeah, Raven Knight dries up like the Mojave fucking desert. Yeah, dust box. Yeah, ain't no wetness coming out of that. I don't know. I would tell you about this time in 2009, but I'm just gonna go ahead and be respectful to what I got going on right now, my marriage. Shoot, but I'm just saying, man, these women don't respond to that shit for real. They may tell you that they may give you all this little fluff on social media, but they don't respond to this in a positive way. Yeah, vacuum cleaner. Yeah, turn that motherfucker on. You don't give up your position as a man for that shit. They want you to be the leader. They want you to be the authority. I'm not saying do it because they say do it. I'm saying do it because it comes natural. They respond to toxicity. I mean, truth ain't toxicity, so we gotta. Yeah, they do respond to toxicity, but so it's like simps be like, it's not my place to talk about a woman because I'm not a woman. you then you, you got that right. A real man wouldn't. Then a few moments later, these men can't act right cause reasons. Yas Queen. Yeah, these Yas Queen ass dudes, man. I mean, shit. I've never seen dudes sit up there up until I kind of like navigate the space during the week on my cell phone when I'm bored. I've never seen so many dudes say that this space is short of manhood and will go to a female's channel in a heartbeat just to talk shit about other dudes. And I'm sitting up there like, talk about gossipy. They tell you that you're going to make someone a good boyfriend. Shit. Manginas aren't seen as attractive by women. Simps turn women off. Exactly. 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 Shoot. So yeah, we got 32 in the building. We did have 36, but they'll come back. So I hope all of you are pressing like. It's been like uh 45 minutes of me saying fluff. So yeah. So let's see what we got here. Hope all of y'all are pressing like. Yeah. Oh shit. There's always one. So I gotta go ahead and somebody already disliked the video. So I guess I'm doing something right.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
Iggy said also white knights are useful tools that nobody called for. Saying they help that no one asked for. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be the Black Man official of the week next week, so hopefully you guys are here for that. And I don't know what I'm gonna talk about yet, but I will have a topic by that time. Rogish said that insert will never not be funny to me. What's going on, Greg? Want to shout out to member Greg. What it is? Good to see you, my brother. That's how I need a hero, ass niggas. Yeah, man. But that's probably about all I have for this time. Just wanted to tell y'all this. I mean, I'm not going off the air yet. It's too soon, but let me go ahead and drop this link. So, anybody in the clouds that got smoked that might have a stern objection to anything that I said as of right now, you go ahead and come up here. Go ahead and come up here. If you don't have an objection, and it'll be the usual. It's like no one has smoke for Kevin once again. Oh boy. but that's cool. That's cool. It just lets me know that I'm this super cool guy that many people like. I mean, as LaShawn Jefferson said, I'm fine. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. I dropped the link. Anybody in the clouds? Anybody hate watching that might want to come up here and say something? I'm waiting on you. I am waiting on you. Hey, what's going on? Nema, what is up?
Hey, what's good, Kev? I ain't got no smoke for you, actually. I figure, since this is a smoke section, I might as well bring some of the good shit, and also some cigars. Just turn this place into a cigar lounge, if you will.
Word. So,
I don't smoke personally, but yeah.
So I go ahead.
I have a question, actually. I have a
What
question, actually. First of all, you said the rule was we ain't gonna cry for no hoes, right?
Yeah.
Here's a hypothetical scenario.
Yeah.
Bear with me. What if one of us was doing a parody of Lenny Williams' song "Cause I Love You" and some crying was involved? Will we be kicked out?
Okay. Let me clarify what I mean by that. Kind of, but the thing is,
No,
when I
because
say
there was it was part of the because we're part of the discussion. So somebody did the parody, to prove a point to the conversation? Will we still be kicked out?
No, probably not. You probably be
Okay.
joked on a little bit. But when I say cry for these hoes, I mean coming up here saying that all we do is bash black women, shit like that. And I know this kind of thing to not be true because I mean, if
I mean, no, go ahead.
you go ahead.
No, I mean, it's like first of all, I remember listening to my introduction to these spaces was 2012, and I was in a really bad spot. I was in a really bad place mentally and emotionally, and everything. And it was listening to Black Phillip that helped me. Patrice O'Neal's old show,
Oh yeah,
just making me laugh, making me just taking my mind off everything. But he was planting seeds in my head. Some of the seeds are already planted because I used to listen to are you familiar with the Opie and Anthony, Jock from New York?
yeah. I used to, I've
Yeah,
listened to like last
and
year. I listened
Patrice,
to a lot
yeah,
of Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, go ahead though.
yeah. Well, yeah, because I remember like Patrice was like, well,
Yeah, but you know one thing that Patrice O'Neal, since you brought him up, is one thing that he did
on Opie and Anthony, of
enforce.
course, those
Yeah, one thing that Patrice O'Neal did enforce that he did say that we go with the we go with the mentality that it is never the woman's fact. I mean, never the woman's fault. And I don't
never the woman's
believe,
fault.
yeah, it's never the woman's fault. And I believe he's
Mhm.
saying this in saying that to an extent we're in control of what happens as men. So it's like that. You gotta expect a woman to be a woman.
Or it's like that clip, that one clip of a woman, she just going off crying, screaming, "It's always Jermaine's fault! It's
Say,
always
Mister
Jermaine's fault!" You know what I'm saying?
Mister Me Too said I've been trying to super chat you for about 10 minutes, Kev. Shit. Well, put it in, put it in a, YouTube plays around with us quite a bit. So, what I'll go ahead and say is
Uh,
send it to Cash App, and what I'll do is I will call out the amount, and whatever you got to say it, and I will, go ahead and I'll go ahead and you said according to my card it went through, but if yeah, just check your account, and I wouldn't suggest that you make a payment twice. But if you go ahead, I mean, if you can put it in a cash app, that'll be fine. I will say what you're trying to say. I will say it on the air. Rogish said exactly what he's saying is don't get caught up in her BS because most of the time she ain't fully aware of what it is she's trying to weave, unless it is that dome. LOL. You know, he said he was basically telling us to save our energy. You said two payments went through? Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. Let me, I don't know what to tell you because see, I'm not on this end trying to prevent anything. Said it might be a delay. So I said, okay, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and thank you in advance for the attempt. So shoot. Oh shoot. What's his name dropped off? I'm not even looking at my own screen. D Rock then said it's always Jermaine's fault. Yeah, it's always Jermaine's fault. He's basically telling us to save our energy. Yeah, yeah, because I don't suggest that you spend all of your time complaining about people who you get sex from or you will accept sex from anyway. It's just that, but because we are in the information age, you should be privy to what these hoes try to do. So,
well,
yeah. I got you back in here.
okay. Yeah, something happened on my end. Excuse me about that.
No
My
problem,
phone
no
decided
problem.
just to be segmented.
Hmm.
All right. Well, uh, where was I? Where did I leave off?
Just
Lost
start
my
from
train of
anywhere.
thought.
Just
All right.
start from anywhere. 'Cause
Um.
I think I had
All
interrupted
right.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Patrice kind of helped me in understanding a lot of things, like I said, and I was receptive to a lot of the stuff. So it wasn't just about relationships or whatnot. It was about a lot of things, about life, what it meant to be a black man in this world. Even though I'm not ADOS, I live in Europe. I mean, it's not the same, but it's similar, but close enough in some ways. And I just realized, this, that, and the third just opened my eyes, and from there, I started listening to a lot of mixed out channels, and that way, and that's how I ended up finding BGS and stuff, and then the Black Master. And first ever hangout I ever got involved in was BGS's when he was still doing the Coliseums. And the first thing I said to him when I came out was, "Thank you, sir." And he was like, "Kind of," and then he showed,
Okay.
he's only like, "Yeah, thank you." So, Kev, first of all, thank you for having me. It was, much appreciated and whatnot. Um, but I also understand this whole thing about accountability, you know, and reflecting switch the topic for a moment to what you brought up about fresh and fit and freedom of speech.
That's it.
There is, huh?
You said the magic word, accountability. You know how much they hate that.
Both men, especially. If you listen to the most recent, because I remember listening to Avin Preacher's quick take on the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And both men, they were doing it was like mirroring Andrew Tate talking about the Matrix, this, down the third. Are we allowed to cuss up in here?
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, but also,
No.
but also, you sound a little bit muffled as well. I mean, I can kind of make out what you're saying, but just for the audience
Oh,
sake.
okay. Hang on a second. Let me clear my throat.
Okay.
Ah, yeah. Always drinks water, folks. Yeah, clear out your throat. How do I sound now?
See, are you talking on a mic or a Bluetooth or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm on a Bluetooth, but apparently it's not connecting it. Hang on a second.
Okay.
It sounds like, do I sound kind of distant or something?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like I say, you sound a little muffled. But I mean, go ahead, say what you gotta say. People, it might just be me. It might just be the way that the sound is coming through. But yeah. But that was a good bit of advice.
Hold on,
Stay
let me try.
hydrated.
Let me
No,
step
you're
out and
much clearer now.
let me step out and come back in.
You're much clearer. You're much clearer now.
No, because I can't hear you because I switched to the phone mic.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Just let me switch. Let me step out and come back in, okay?
Word. Yeah. What up, Chef Mike's Roundtable? Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, he said that he couldn't hear me because he switched to his phone speaker. Yeah. Yeah, but for anybody else that wants to come up here you go. Let's put the link down again. See if I can get something else going. Yeah. Yeah, man. But I guess I'll speak on okay, he's back. Oh, oh, now I can't hear you at all if you try to speak.
Hi, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, especially considering, uh, I'm on the other side of the Atlantic, so there might be a bit of a delay in the signal. It is what it is. All right.
Okay,
Like I said,
well, Mr. Me Too sent me a cash app for 25. I really appreciate that the support. He said for Mr. Me Too, support Black Men Media, hashtag DOV, hashtag
hmm
BIW. I appreciate that. What up,
thank
Nightish?
you.
What up, Nightish? And also, man, if those super chats hit your account again, or if they don't hit your account again, go ahead and dispute it. I will totally understand because if it's not appearing, because I checked my studio, it's not appearing over there. So that's just, I guess that's just, I don't want you to lose that money, So yeah, but thank you definitely for the cash app. I really appreciate it.
Every
Go
bit
ahead.
helps. Every bit helps. But
Oh yeah,
like what I was talking about, fresh and fit. It's like they claim about the Matrix. I'm like, no, fools. You expose yourselves in a way that made you very detrimental to anybody else on the platform.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
folks, so the administration at YouTube took drastic action. No, let's not forget, you were demonetized. You weren't kicked off of YouTube. So your
No,
little
they were.
overreaction. No, they weren't, and the way they were reacting to it, absolutely horrendous.
For all the hatred
Absolutely.
for all the hatred they received, I would not have gotten emotional in front of anyone. Like, it is that like that's because that's what people want to see. They want to see you break down. I mean, and they were making a good chunk of money too. But don't they have other platforms that people can deliver money to if they want it? Like, I think they said they
They're
had
talking about going to
Venmo,
Rumble.
Rumble.
They're talking about going to
Uh,
Rumble.
yeah, they're still monetized on Rumble. But see, the thing is about Rumble, what it's gonna do is, from what they were saying earlier, they said they took a real hit as far as their stock holders. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
all it's gonna take for the right people to throw money at them, and they're gonna have to regulate that shit too. Like Rumble probably become just like YouTube as far as their community standards. So I don't expect them to
These are
last that. I don't expect Rumble to last
okay.
as much longer as far as their lack of censorship, because the sponsors and the stockholders are going to be the ones that are going to have the final say so in that.
Somebody who took up business courses in college. I can tell you that if you don't understand the structure of any large multinational corporation, you do have the CEO and all the executives under him. But on the other end, you have the stockholders, and the stockholders are represented by elected officials among nominated and elected officials among them called the board of directors.
Yeah,
And the person who heads the board of directors is the chairman of the board. That represents the stockholders as they are stockholders themselves. And they can decide, and they are the people who the CEO and everybody has to answer to, especially during the annual stockholder meetings. So the Rumble CEO and executives and everything, they know they are beholden and answer to the stockholders. So if anything goes wrong, the stockholders can just pull out the investment, start selling shares, and watch everything collapse.
hmm yeah. And Rumble, they already
All
got millions. They already got millions on their platform, right? Like millions of people watching Rumble. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, it's on the way. Oh, also shout out to Greg for the 20 on the Cash App. I really appreciate it, brother. He said for it more eternal.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you very much. Like that means a lot to me. So, yeah, he said Mr. Me Too said check it tomorrow. He said check it tomorrow. Maybe it'll come through. Yeah, definitely. I will. But hopefully, if I don't see it over here, it's not a loss to you. That's what my concern is going to be. So
Oh yeah, you don't want no mix up and anything like that. I've dealt
yeah,
with certain mix ups like that.
yeah,
It's
but but
and
but YouTube do be fucking.
fortunately on my end. I mean, don't go ahead, sir. You guys.
YouTube do be fucking around sometimes. Yeah.
Indeed.
Also, I thought about a name change for my YouTube channel. I mean, I've named it Black Men Being Brutally Honest, but the thing is like since I'm the host of the channel, I've thought about changing it to Greg, not Greg, to changing it to Kev Being Brutally Honest. So, what would you think about something like that? And for you guys also in the chat, if would Kev Being Brutally Honest would that be a fitting name change, or do y'all like Black Men Being Brutally Honest?
Kev, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your show, your call.
Yeah, yeah. I might actually
The
put it
final
to
decision you do. I'm thinking, Kev, it sounds better. Might have a ring to it, but at the end of the day, it's your call. What do you
yeah.
think?
What sounds better, Kev or Black Men?
Black man being brutally honest.
Oh,
Black
yeah,
man being brutally honest.
yeah,
Kev being
it
brutally
was
honest.
it caught fire on YouTube, not on YouTube, Facebook real quick. It was a much more difficult undertaking when it came up to YouTube, and it still kind of is because YouTube has this thing called an algorithm, and
Mm-hmm.
the thing is like any idea that there are black men up here trying to do this is kind of offensive to them. And I'm not saying I care about anybody being offended. I'm just saying, this is Chef Mike's
Oh,
roundtable says Kev being brutally honest takes the race component out of it. And
hmm.
Mr. Me Too said that branding is important for substantial growth.
It
Uh, which
kind of
means, yeah,
humanizes you too.
yeah, it takes a race component, which what is I think Chef Mike is saying is, that other races might not feel so isolated when they come here.
Mm-hmm.
Said Kev being brutally honest will be more YouTube friendly. Eh, yeah, I mean, and look, my support really, I appreciate the support from black men in general because this is who I come up here for black men. But I did say
Mm-hmm.
something a long time ago. If we depended on uh, uh, just like if we depended on just black men, I probably won't get the kind of growth that I am looking for. But Rogish says hashtag BMBBH is instant global engagement. It is only a matter of time before your channel pops within the algorithm simply for the sake of generalities of title and particular content. Petway Boy says I'll catch the replay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Instant
He's got a
global
point there
engagement.
because he has a point there because at any point I think the trends can shift in your favor. So keeping the name might be a wise decision.
Yeah,
It all
because
depends on because algorithms that could be easily manipulated. I mean, have you ever
yeah.
seen the Netflix documentary Social Dilemma?
No, I've never seen it. Do you recommend it? I'll go ahead and watch it.
I've seen it. I remember it was Mrs. Z who recommended to us all to check it out. I saw it
Okay.
because it talks about how social media controls people. Some of the people who work who work in the industry have talked about their views on it and the dangers of it. Also, there's a documentary on Max or HBO Max, if you will, called After Truth: 15 Minutes of Shame, narrated by Monica Lewinsky. There's another one called something called Fake News. It came out in 2019 about misinformation. And of
Oh,
course, in
okay.
that documentary, they also talk about the Pizzagate situation. If you remember Pizzagate,
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate, yeah. A certain pizzeria in the DC area called Cosmos, where a lot of Democratic congressmen like to frequent, but also a lot of families like to frequent in the area. That became the focal point of the conspiracy theory, talking about uh, you know seditious things involving minors,
Uh,
and that and they talk about how all that fake news and misinformation in that document, all that fake news and misinformation caused a certain individual from the South to come down there with the firearm, only be arrested, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's about the Pizzagate thing."
mm. Oh, okay.
A lot of confusion. But these are documentaries that talk about this. Also, I remember a documentary. I'm sorry if I'm going off topic here, but it's relevant. Remember another documentary that's also important. It's called Terms and Conditions. It talks about the whole thing about why terms and conditions are you like this large volumes of text that you have to read thoroughly to understand what are the guidelines and how sometimes the wording can be misleading with the intent of trying to overwhelm you. Just say, you know what, just accept it without the problem.
Okay.
You see the same thing in video games as well.
All right.
Is it too much for you, sir?
Say what? Say what? I'm sorry.
All this I'm mentioning, is this a little too much for you?
No. I'm just really. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm still trying to hear what you're saying.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard a lot of it, but it's still kind of
Is it my
like
audio or am I talking too fast?
no, you're not talking too fast. Mick Drummer Bear even said something about it. Speak up, bro. You're mumbling. He's
Am
on
I
his
mumbling?
Bluetooth. He's on it. You're on your
I'm on my
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth headset. On my phone, I'm on Bluetooth headset. I don't have a wired headset. Even if I had a wired headset, it wouldn't help. I'm
Yeah.
really mumbling.
No, you're not mumbling. You're not mumbling. You're not mumbling. You're not mumbling. But
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
he said, Chef Mike Roundtable, just my opinion, but I think you will get more traction if you use Kevin being brutally honest. Well, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow night, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have put it in a poll for this broadcast. But tomorrow night,
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in a poll, and not to say that my decision will be made from there, or maybe I'll put it in a poll in my community tab because people really respond well to my polls. So just be on the lookout for that tomorrow for you subscribers. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah. So Rogish said this is time to step down so we don't muddle the broadcast. Better luck next time, citizen. I mean, we can still try. I mean, that's up to him. Um, but
You
my
know.
whole, but like I said, my whole intention,
Mm-hmm.
my whole intention for real is to represent black men. I am a black man, and
Mm-hmm.
this is just what it is for me. Like I said, I want to strengthen
See?
the black male voice, but everybody knows that I'm a black man, and everybody knows that where my position is and where I stand. So we'll see, we'll see. But man said, Chef Mike
Right.
Roundtable, I am Kevin. Let's be honest. That's a suggestion for a title. Yeah. Man said, name a
Or you
couch.
could be like the old, or you
Go
could
ahead.
be like that old Jermaine Jackson song. Let's get serious
Let's get serious. Yeah, but
with
brutally
Kevin.
honest. But brutally honest to me has a ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole intention was to ruffle some feathers when I made up this name, and it did ruffle some feathers on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook because Facebook, for from my point of view, um, is a very blue pilled app. It's full of simps. It's full of feminists. It's full of bitter people who are butthurt at the truth and the opinions of, especially of black men. Um, yeah, it was at one point that I kept getting booted from so-called black Facebook groups because I was telling them the truth. If you were if you were on that bullshit, I didn't hesitate. I didn't curse people out. I didn't disrespect them. I just simply disagreed with
Yeah.
their philosophy. So they was like, "Nah, we gonna go ahead and get rid of them." And there was no suspension back in those days. They just got there was no muting. They just got rid of you. So I wanted to level the playing field, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to come up with a name that grabbed attention. And black men
Mm-hmm.
being brutally honest with everyone. Let me see. Here's a fun fact the the name of the group, the first name was Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone and Their Moms. But I
That
dropped
was the whole.
like
That was the whole title.
that was the whole original title. Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone and Their Moms. So it wouldn't
That's a
so much
mouthful.
yeah, that was the whole original name. But a few days later I dropped the and their moms part. Yeah.
Still a
Yeah,
mouthful, but okay.
yeah, I dropped the in their mom's part, and it just became black men being brutally honest with everyone.
Should have
So
dropped it with everyone because in black men being brutally honest,
yeah,
it was
no, that's just
adequate
name.
and to the point.
That was just name for the YouTube channel because I felt like black men being
Mm.
brutally honest with everyone was too long, so I just shortened it to black men being brutally honest for YouTube.
Kev,
So
look on the bright side. I mean, me being where I'm from, on Facebook, I realized the utility of interacting with certain people, so I just remove myself from certain conversations.
yeah,
Hell, you should be surprised the list of people on my block list.
yeah, uh,
Hell, I mean, another place you don't want to be having conversations on is Pal Talk. Oh my God, it's annoying.
well, what's the name of it?
People talking. Pal Talk. You ever heard of that?
No, I
Remember
haven't.
Pal Talk?
No, I never heard of
Oh
it.
man. Oh, Pal Talk's been around since like the early 2000s. People just just call it. It's like an app. It's kind of like Skype, and people just come in like open hangouts.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was, and here's how. I remember Opie and Anthony. They talked about how they revolutionized that, how they use that for their shows. Pal Talk, just to spread the awareness of the show. I'm like, hmm. I remember a friend of mine showing me Pal Talk and checking it out, and I was like, no, it's successful. Just like formerly the app formerly known as Twitter, I used to call it X, is successful. But it is what it is. All these things, technology advances and algorithms will adapt and alter. But let's not forget, they can be influenced. That's why people have to say, all right, you still have a choice. You can't always just use Google. There's still Bing. There's DuckDuckGo. There's other search engines. And if you compare them, you realize, okay, this one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, but let me ask you a question then, since we're on the topic. What was your challenges as far as your freedom of speech? Because I hear you say that Patrice O'Neill's teachings helped you a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
did you feel as if, as a black man, that you faced challenges as far as divulging your freedom of speech to certain groups? Not really so much, other groups of people, but within your own, I would say.
Within my own, it could have been detrimental. not directly to me. It could always like be targeted at loved ones and whatnot. Especially like doxing was a serious issue I had to worry about. Because like I remember on Facebook, I was under my real name until I decided to change everything for my own safety. Hell, I had to take like certain precautions like that because I understand like there are some people who have no problem hesitating to like attack, just dox you, cyber harass you, cyber bully, and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I
I
know,
have freedom of speech for that.
yeah, I know what all of that is like. Being doxxed, I know what that's like. People know
Mm-hmm.
my wife's name. There are some people that know my daughter's
Yeah,
name. Yeah, it people go through great lengths just to shut you up, and it's just like
yes.
it's loser talk. I mean, for anybody, if anybody on YouTube is listening that might be a little sensitive to it, it is fucking loser talk.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit there and like my, like I was saying earlier. I would rather crush my enemies than to sit up there and try to embarrass them by trying to get their personal information. I mean, because nothing to me is more satisfying than crushing the opinion of someone who you disagree with by stating facts. And that's what most people's problem was with me. I used to just really state facts and I used to drive the point home. And when, okay, name a drop back off. But, oh, there he is. Said that African. Yeah, but yeah, I used to drive the point home, and people didn't like that. They didn't like
However,
it. Go ahead.
I mean, some of us, I mean, some of the folks here in the manosphere have been doxxed or or threatened with doxing,
Mm.
even having their
Yeah,
family members, identities revealed.
yeah.
And
I heard,
I remember you heard what?
I heard Green Gorilla got doxxed.
I remember BGS supposedly got doxxed.
Yeah, BGS got doxxed. They've doxxed the fuck out of Angry Man. Um,
Hmm.
like they pretty much doxed all the greats. Lead attorney got doxed at one point. Uh,
Oh, did he?
shit. Yeah, Tommy, the people used to call his grandmother and send stuff to his grandmother's house, and they just got wild with the shit, and just because of a little rhetoric.
Oh, he was the first one, wasn't he? Tommy
Yeah,
Sotomayor we're talking about right here, right?
yeah, Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah. Because I remember, yeah, he had to deal with being constantly flagged, channels getting shut down, but he had no problem rebuilding it because he always saved his stuff. People threatened his house. He even did a video where he showed he was armed and ready if anyone wanted to come at him. Let them know, like, hey, I'm not allowing you to do this. I mean, threatening his daughter's safety and whatnot.
All because their feelings are hurt.
They
Like
thought they could touch him. He's not above being touched, like
it's like
he's
Tupac. It's like Tupac's mom said, "If you can be touched, you can be killed." Period.
oh man, anybody can be touched. There's some people who have no problem trying to dock you and try to set you up to get taken out or something like that. Especially if there's enough of them to want to harm you. This is not what. This is why some people. This is how they try to force you to try to silence you, or they just threaten your family.
Mm. Yeah,
You know?
like one was like people be like, I wonder what his wife would think, but insert my wife's name, and I would tell them straight up. I'll tell you exactly what she think. She doesn't care about you niggas. She don't care about you bitches. Just give it up.
Only person I'm sure they would never try to dox is Officer Charles. Because
Officer Charles.
that
No,
homie
believe it
was
or not, he's
man.
been doxxed.
Oh,
Yeah. He was doxxed. He was doxxed when Grandmaster Troll went on a tirade last year. It's just he went on his whole broadcast doxing people, and people were all in the crowd cheering that bullshit on. Like, we just deserved it, and saying that it went with the territory. People started lying and say that we've doxed people too. Like, it got ridiculous.
yeah, but
And
this is
when
when Charles was still an officer, right?
yeah, of course.
So I mean, but was wait a minute, this individual, this troll individual, from which state was he broadcasting from?
Uh, where was he broadcasting
Was it
from?
outside of was this outside of Maryland where
Uh,
Charles was at?
Probably. These people will do that shit, and they're gonna make sure they're far, far away from me when they do it.
The jurisdiction
These
where out
people
of
be
state jurisdictions and
yeah, they'll do it from
uh,
anywhere in America. I mean, that's why a lot of these folks come up here with screen names and avatars. Like a lot of people in the chat that talk that shit about that, like Dawson goes with the territory.
myself included.
Yeah. They will be up here with an assumed screen name, and they'll be up there with an avatar, and nobody knows their real names. And these are people that wouldn't reveal themselves in a million years, but then will watch you get doxxed. Like
Yeah, I mean that's why.
here's my conclusion
Go ahead.
about that though. These are the same people that are raising people. These are the same folks that will raise people that will raise dudes that will go and shoot up damn teenage girls' birthday parties. So of course they have that much hate in their heart for anybody online. Like these people can't even take responsibility for how they raise their own kids, let alone take responsibility for the bullshit they do on social media as far as like cyber harassment and cyber bullying. So
They did a an experiment of sorts with that, and they realized if people have anonymity, they can be as they can be as vitriol as they want online because they have that anonymity, they think that there will be no consequences for their actions. And this is where people get it twisted regarding free speech and criminal acts. Like everybody says the term hate speech, right? And for me, hate speech is just is that blur between what is criminal act and what is actual protected speech.
yeah,
Uh,
but their justification is that the information is public. that's what their that's their justification. The information is public, so they can just spill all the
South
information about
Caucasian.
you. Marcus Romero production says cyber bullies are the biggest snitches in the world. Exactly. Yeah, that's
Hey,
why they're cyber
we can
bullies.
start
They
with
couldn't
this.
cut it as bullies in real life. Imagine that. You can't cut it as a bully in real life, so you got to do it on the internet.
Hey, look at teenagers, especially the white ones. That you always hear about teen suicides and them getting cyberbullied constantly by people in their school. You find out certain people, even they found out it was like the parents of one kid of one of a parent from a certain high school was cyberbullying a child anonymously and drove that child into suicide. And when it was uncovered, that parent ended up doing time, I think.
Yeah. This is
But like they said, but what's the saying? If about black people have been the canary in the coal mine. If white people sneeze, black people have the.
yeah. Well, here's my recommendation. This is why I ain't.
So my thing is, if that's what's going on, I'm a white girl.
Yeah. But
Okay.
we're not dealing with teenagers, which I get what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, but we're dealing with adults, and I would say
Even worse.
because of polarizing events like Kevin Samuel's death, and you seen what happened with
Mm-hmm.
that.
Oh
These people don't care. So I always encourage the strength of resolve with black men. I always encourage it because these motherfuckers don't care. They want to see you fail. They even want to see they even want you dead, which is fucked up, but that's just the way it is. And the thing is with us as black men, we gotta stop. We gotta stop asking ourselves why they're doing it, and maybe we should start fighting fire with fire. You know, I'm not saying go out and dox a motherfucker. All I'm saying is this: if they dox you, you know, maybe. Oh, okay. We got AB Media up here. What's going on?
What's good, man?
What's going on, AB?
Hey, what's
It's
going on,
AB
Kev?
Media all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, as Brian Snow would say.
Yeah, what's going on, man? So what's good?
Yeah, I call it a strag maker. A
Rag maker.
couple days
Exactly.
ago. I know she called it a queen
Uh-huh.
maker, but I call it a strag maker because that's what she's doing. She's pretty much making strags that that we need to reject.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I
so
mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
so what's your suggestion for a countermeasure, AB Media?
Countermeasure?
Yeah, it has to be a countermeasure at some point because, like, what I'm starting to see is like this shit gains too much momentum too fast, and it just like the shit is pretty much like it is bad for us because it really is pushing women in the wrong direction. I would say, it's you can feel how you feel,
hmm
about how we speak over here,
Yeah.
but if it ain't you, if you're not embodying the behavior that we're talking about, then why are you so mad? Yeah.
Yeah, we can counter by pointing out that she really just wants some DNA.
Digging attention.
I mean, if you listen to it, she's talking about I don't conversate with men. Okay, but you're in a man's space now.
She don't conversate with men.
So
Then she go with Fresh and Fit.
yeah, from what I heard.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit. And then look at the screenshot right here. Let me bring it up. She was on JR Wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean that's why I made the comment like, look, if this channel ever blows up, I'm gonna help the smaller
Hmm.
content creators, the smaller black men content creators whose intentions are in the right place. You know, I'm not gonna be a black man that says I'm up here for black men and then promote bitches like this. Not that I have any objection to what JR Wisdom does with his platform, but I'm sitting up here like, why? Why are you doing this for real?
Hmm.
Yeah, we should also point. We also could counter by pointing she's not that bright. Talking
Not at
about
all.
talking about my phone doesn't need this
Drag
phone
maker.
cord or the power cord. Oh, that drove me up a wall because see, I'm a programmer, and without that power
Uh-huh.
cord, we can't properly debug those apps that you get on your phone.
Yeah.
Also, up until because me and Neymar were talking about this a couple days ago. Up till about 2005, you needed that phone cord to connect to the internet. It was called dial up. Then eventually DSL. Oh,
Yeah,
by the way, your modern internet they don't use the phone cord anymore. Your modern internet still uses a phone cord or a cable cord. So for high speed internet, so not that bright.
yeah. I
Also,
mean,
I think she's still stuck in 3G. I think she's still stuck in 3G. That's her problem.
your phone,
That's
although the
that's
ARM chip is designed to last longer than the x86 chip without power cord, you still have to plug that sucker up. Otherwise, your phone's gonna drain.
even if
uh,
you have wireless charging capability.
yeah, yeah. I heard the comment she made about why do you think it's called a motherboard?
Oh,
was like,
Lord.
I was like, because a white woman invented the motherboard. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why they call it a motherboard.
And we
You should be
programmed the
asking her
motherboard. That's true. But
that.
we set chips on the motherboard so it'll work properly. That's where you put your RAM and stuff.
I mean,
Shit.
Your random access memory, as they call it.
Ah,
so hybrid catastrophic
yeah,
impact
so-
X83rd Power said that she got destroyed on Fresh and Fit, and she got destroyed on Saint Center. Saint Center is somebody that is very difficult to get by on some bullshit. I would
Yeah,
have to
pretty
get
much.
I would have to give that to him. You know, his destruction of Cynthia G was classic.
Oh, I missed
Like,
that.
oh man, that shit was very
What?
hilarious.
When did
But
you do that?
I did like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But
All right.
he also made this comment saying that, I love genuine black women. I don't want to get typecast with that with this certain group of incels that's been going around, YouTube.
Okay.
And yeah, so I don't consider myself an incel.
Neither do I.
Yeah. So
I've had black women on my channel, so good luck with that one. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So we got the good officer up here. What's going on?
Woo!
Woo!
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. It seems like the nature boy is back right where he wants to be. Styling and profiling.
Oh, before Charles
He's gonna
goes,
be
as
Jet
far as
9.
them still crying about Pearl. Pearl doesn't claim us, so I don't see what the big deal is. Pearl told us who she is. She's in it for the money.
Yeah,
Why is everybody still crying about it's our fault that she blew up? Majority of her fans are not even in the United States; they're overseas.
UK especially. Where she set up
Oh,
shop.
and by the way, the majority of the black women that go on her show are not American. So
No, a lot of them
why
are
is this
British,
our
mostly
problem? Why is
African.
Pearl our problem again?
No, like they're just trying to spike the space
I
in
know.
turn spiting black men who use their freedom of speech and speak out of turn.
I know they're trying to. So what they call it? SBE us. Shame,
Well,
blame, and explain. They're pretty much their version of sign language. Guilt, shame, and the need to be right.
I was a Faulkner. Them people getting you
Well,
mad.
they messing with Charles tonight. Good Lord.
Yeah, he trying to come in and eat. And just that he
They
can't
messing with
connect
Charles
with it.
tonight, man. Damn.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What are they saying?
He keeps
Faulkner
trying to come
tried to
up.
come up. He tried to come up several times and he keep disconnecting. So
Must be his phone.
But
must be
I think he's
the
still
on
in
a
internet.
DC.
serious note, with Miss Priscilla here, she probably needs to go get professional help.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, she been talking that crazy shit forever. I mean, let me see if I can find that slideshow from last week.
There's a lot of red flags you gotta be wary of nowadays regarding women. Like that certain piercing that a lot of them like to sport.
Okay, here it
I'm
is.
talking
Let
about
me.
the sensitive. So, go ahead.
Yeah, here it is. This was her in my Facebook group 6 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 6 years
You was
ago.
bitching about the Donald Glover thing?
Yeah, because like somebody wrote an article saying that black women don't like you because you're crusty, not because you're nerdy, and had Donald Glover on as a picture as an example.
Oh wow.
And let me see if I can. Okay, there he is.
And let me see if I can read it real quick. Let me take that brand down. Her comment exactly. Like I said, so it's so many of these people I dealt with before that are problematic now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, to like their rhetoric is no stranger to me. And she says the reality is dudes who are crusty want the date out of their league. They believe that they are entitled to big booty, long haired, light skinned, flat stomach chicks who everyone wants to date, and they're mad because they don't qualify for those chicks.
Look who's talking.
Yeah. So
Bless her heart.
she's been at this for a while.
Okay.
Like
All I gotta say is, one, nobody got Cynthia G's ass like I did with one question. Uh,
Oh yeah.
oh, that was epic. And then, you know what that question was, Kev?
yeah, I know it was, but go ahead and state it for the audience, sir.
What's the opposite of a beta male cone?
Oops.
She got
How many?
out
How
of
many? How
fucking
many? How many?
BGS's live stream. I mean, she ran like she had a half a kilo and a dirty gun in her back pocket with the police lights and sirens blazing. See, you gotta understand about Profella. I mean, Justin. I mean, Priscilla, whatever the fuck his name is.
Damn, Charles, that's cold. But yeah.
So is that Bud
I
Light.
didn't know she had
Shit,
blue
she look.
hair.
I
How
mean,
old
you
is
gotta understand.
how old is Priscilla? Because when I first saw her, I thought she was in her 40s, but I heard she may be in her 30s.
I mean, that's a hard 30-year-old looking sister, man. I mean, she looked like
Yeah.
broken glass.
But I
What
know
was
I
it
50 year
Chris
olds
mean,
that
Rock
look better
said?
than that too. So
If she's 18 and claims she's 21, she's probably 16. If she's
see, you gotta
18 and
look at her
claims
face straight up. She's 37. God damn. What
damn.
she just what
she
she
ain't
just
80,
drank every day and
So
smoke
she's
crack?
so she's younger than me. And she looked like she's heading towards 60. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
she
oh man.
looked like a
stressed
retired boxer.
Oh,
stress
don't make me do the Floyd
No, no,
Weatherford
no,
voice
Charles, I won't let you do that because Layla Ali looked way better than her.
Yeah, but unlike Layla, Priscilla been a much talk of fights.
Yeah, that's true.
I
You think
mean,
she's
when
been in
you
the ring
gotta,
with Jackson Frazier?
well, she looks like she sucked dick in alleys and jerk off pit bulls. I mean, you would be really crass about black men too. I mean, it's not the fact that you can't blame yourself for dating or getting pregnant by very, very low class men. See, this is what I tell women all the time. A lot of you are only mad because you found out what level you truly are. You kept lying
Well,
to
yeah.
yourself you're a 10 until a real 10 walks in the building. And guess what they gave you? The power of invisibility. Nobody will notice you. Nobody will mourn you. Nobody will even send you a half a fucking leaf from a rose on
Don't be
Valentine's
talking
Day.
about Tia Moore like that.
Oh, you said thirsty Maury?
Yeah, yeah, her too.
I'm so thirsty. I left a man and I thought I could do better. See, here's the problem, right?
Don't get me started on that.
Here's the problem, folks. You look at Tia Maury. She thought she was this fine little thing. But check, you haven't been on anything since when? Your biggest claim to fame was Sister Sister, okay?
That was 20 years ago.
And so was her last date. But anyway, I mean,
Well, hope you don't mind, Kev. I'm just gonna quote what the master teacher said about it yesterday. It's just the truth. That's a dumb bitch.
Dumb
yeah,
bitch.
yeah, but
You's a dumb bitch.
nobody would call out how dumb she is because they're just people that want to
Oh,
believe
I
what she's
will,
saying is
because
the truth.
all that thirst trapping she on Instagram, she thirst traps harder than the younger chicks.
and she thirst trapped so hard you thought she was in a desert. I mean,
Even
Priscilla
in their 40s,
reminds me of
believe
a
it or
lot of these chicks. I mean, these bitches project so hard that they ought to be an IMAX. How the fuck can you think you're gonna do a better man than the nigga you said I do with? See, when you leave a husband, men have this thing of like, okay, what happened? You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna ask me to do more than what this nigga has done? Get completely and utterly the fuck out of here. And
Well, it's
then
not
you
even
want to
that,
get,
Charles. She's as she's too stupid to get a better man. So
and I'm sorry. Notice women when you marry a guy who's, think about it. She's no different than Kiki Palmer. You're only a boss bitch to subpar men.
pretty much.
You're not you're not a boss to men who rule the world. You're a subject. And because these bitches don't tell you, they don't get what they want. There's very beautiful women who cannot get the men that they want.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
Think about
Khalees.
that.
Yeah, like Rachel True, who for some reason she's shockingly single. Like, I mean, I don't mean to take a dig at her or anything, because
She still looks good. She still looks good at 56.
yeah, she
Don't
she
ask me how
she's
I know.
she is beautiful. But
Oh, no,
what's
wait a minute,
going
y'all.
on?
Wait a minute, Kev. Don't you talk about Maya like that.
Don't,
Maya,
I mean, don't ask me how I know about Rachel True being looking beautiful. Not like I was executive protection for her like a month ago, but cheap plug, cheap plug.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Shameless plug, shameless plug.
I saw you as a picture of her officer. Is she as good in real life as she is in the movies and stuff, man?
Oh, she's cool as hell. Love her. Her and Cree love their weed though.
Okay. Oh yeah, and just for the record, I am
Oh
now
yeah, she
looking
can
at
still get it, but okay.
yeah, I'm looking at Princella's Instagram right now. You guys are quite correct. She is thirst trapping on there.
Oh
Hey,
gosh, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my cell phone right now.
I mean, she probably got a her fucking camel toe probably got 5 knuckles. Look like
don't
a
be talking about
whole
John Cena like that, Charles.
man. Her shit look like Bone Crusher Smith's palm.
Damn.
Like
I bet, I
you're
bet, I bet
telling
her
me.
coach be saying, uh, like I said, I bet her coach be like, yeah, like Bone Crusher in the game, Def Jam Fight from New York. You will be
No,
destroyed. You will be destroyed. Ah!
I mean, she
Like,
looked like the Beast Man from He-Man shaved. I mean, what the fuck?
ooh.
See, this is a damn shame when you go back to TMR and a lot of these chicks out here, like Maya. How are you this beautiful, never been married? They're so desperate that they married themselves. How much of a loser do you have to be to say, I'm gonna marry myself? Who does that, my nigga?
People
I
who are
guess
in love
Maya
with
does it.
themselves marry themselves. They're so in love with themselves to the point where they can't be in love with anyone else.
Like, think about it. Ashanti, single.
And notice the
That's a
men
crying
that they're
shame
with.
too.
What have happened to them?
Do you know, in the words of Mr. Z, everybody's favorite,
The
Strag
reason why
Whisper,
after Nas been years ago. Huh?
everyone's favorite Strag Whisper. Notice this shit. There is a lot of syndrome of a waste of pretty in the black community. There are too many pretty chicks who are single. You know why? Because your
Mm-hmm.
attitude makes you impeccably ugly. It's disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, once in a while, you get with people who are going to use you. And it's not their fault. You put yourself out there to be used. What do you expect a lion to do if you lay down like a piece of steak they're going to eat? They get around all these predators, they get around all these users. See,
Mm-hmm.
here's a secret that people don't want to talk about. Women like this love cheating men because it always gives them something to talk about. All these chicks could be with faithful men. They don't like them because those men are what? Boring.
Safe. No adventure. No spontaneity, folks. Mm.
Yeah.
But Faulkner, what do you suppose that what do you suppose the solution to this is? If there is a solution to be presented.
For these chicks like Priscilla,
Yeah.
ignore the fuck out of them and start giving them clout and interviewing them. I don't like to interview crazy. Okay, there's no point. Let her, if she wants to get big, let her do it on her own. You know why? Because too many people. I'm gonna tell you what happened when Cynthia G came over to BGS's platform, and she brought all her cronies and the biggest chrome dome crony, Murray Brown's dumbass. After Murray got beat up on and gave him a virtual swirly, he brings his mommy over there, Cynthia. As soon as I asked her that question, that exposed her ass big time. You kept, and that's when she started to die on YouTube, respectfully. It was fucking O'Shea and someone else who brought her back, trying to heal her when everybody exposed her ass. See, the problem is you don't go over there to look for these fucking people because they're gonna be chaotic. You can't convince crazy people. They
Right.
see reality differently. What you do is you ignore them and you let them fall by the fucking wayside. I don't have to combat you. You can't even bring up one shred of evidence. One shred. A lot of chicks who hate what I say, you speak in generalities. You're supposed to. You're speaking of a large audience.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So when you really look into this deeply, their hope is to keep talking to us because they're think about it. A chick like Cynthia G is irrelevant. Okay? There's no relevancy that she can bring to the outside world.
Hmm.
She's not intelligent. She's not thought provoking. She's basically a shock jock, if that, and not a good one. Look,
Not at all.
she talks about beta male clones all the time, and look who the fuck she had a baby by.
Oops.
If this lets you know that desperate women do not follow logical beings. If she can't get the man that she thinks she can present or get or attract, why hasn't she done it yet? Out of all the men in this planet, why him?
Because no man worth his salt would probably actually deal with her.
I mean, so what? You were begging a certain content creator to get your boy some work. I'm not gonna tell you, but you gotta realize this. There was a time when when all the riots were going around, the little the sit-ins and shit and the
Yeah.
protests, the basically fuck you Wall Street type shit, from all these modern hippies.
Hmm.
You know what the police found out? They're only coming to engage us. What happens if we leave or we don't show up? You'll get it out your system 15 minutes and then you'll disperse. If we show up, we give you validity. Now you get motivated to say, yeah, we're here. People like this, you have to do the same. You don't show up. You let her, what do you think Sister George let her do? She let her keep talking. And the more she talked, You never interrupt a fool making a mistake. The more
Mm-hmm.
illogical she sounded, the more unhinged she sounded.
And that's what
So
I
the
say. You gotta give them that rope to hang themselves. You know, that's what I be telling people. Sometimes dudes just like they wanna they wanna really tell the people what's on their mind, or they act like stopping them from speaking is gonna be more effective. No, let them hang themselves in front of everybody.
See, here's the problem. And I gotta put up the. I'm gonna say this for the last time about the women chasing the top 20% of men. It's not true. If women chased the top 20% of men, broke niggas wouldn't have babies.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Facts.
they tell you this shit because they think that you're gonna believe their bullshit. They don't chase most women do not even know where the top 20. Last night when I was on the Coliseum, I was in the top 20% area in DC. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about 20 something year olds who work for the fucking government, 30-year-olds who work for the government, middle management, upper echelon type motherfuckers. So when you are not privy to where the happenings are of these people, you're not chasing them. You can't. That's like you trying to go to the fucking watchtower of the Justice League. You have no access to go. So how the fuck are women chasing the top 20%, but they don't even know where the top 20% stay, live, or work?
Well,
The problem is a lot of these women think they're something, but they're not. The top 20% of men don't even fucking sully themselves with like the bottom 60 of women. Why would you? You're getting a better choice of women where you are.
mm-hmm.
I'll put it to you this way. Last night in DC with my little bro for work, the ugliest girl in that place was a 7.
Wow.
Damn.
If you don't look the part in that place, you're not getting in. You had really fit in shape guys, really fit in shape girls for the most part. You might have seen some chicks a little heavier, but they weren't gargantuan. So when you're dealing with a clientele of certain, influence, those women, those hood rat bitches can't get there. Just like them hood niggas. No, 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 no. You're no. They got 3 security guards to weigh down, and the bitches on the 12th floor. You're not. No, you got to. No, you no, no. So I challenge the 20% rule of men very strongly because if that was true, ugly bitches wouldn't get babies. Ugly bitches wouldn't get babies, and broke niggas would not get pussy. Like I said, it's entertaining for them to have drama. If you don't have drama in the poverty-stricken areas, they would kill themselves out of boredom. Unfortunately, not literally, but figuratively. They would really be batshit crazy if they never had drama. You
Lord have
can't talk
mercy.
about. You can't say that. Sorry, Obsidian, I love you, but the 20%, 80% rule is bullshit. The top 20% of men are not worried about the hood rat. If she's not at least an 8, 9, and 10, he is not coming down to Sully that shit. Sorry.
All right. Zentober said facts. Armchair psychologists try to fix these YouTube broads. Let them fall by the wayside.
Don't talk
Thank
about Dr. Umar like that. Oops. I said that out loud.
Yeah, yeah, you did. Bill Brad said Jesus had a real codependency problem. Wait a minute, hold up. Yeah, you back, officer.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm about to cut out. I'll catch you later, Kev.
Word. Thanks for coming through, man. Really appreciate you giving your input.
Sure, no problem.
I want you to highlight the last two comments.
Robert Milton.
When the fuck has a scammer been a top 20% man?
You know how women are the top 20 to them, including the scam. He's talking about their perception.
Even in their perception, see, this is the problem with men. A lot of you niggas give a fuck what these women say. A lot of them say something but do the complete opposite. A scammer is not a 20% man unless he's a politician, then you're the ultimate scammer then. But a lot of these women don't even understand. If they even got near a 20% man, they would call him boring.
Tra Houston said, LOL, the top percentage of men are definitely banging low-hanging fruit. You're coping really hard.
Why don't you bring your ass up here and prove me wrong?
Well, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't think the top percentage man is slumming?
Not really.
Oh, that's crazy.
They don't have to. They may slum once in a while, but the majority of their pick are not in the slums. Unless she's really, really that pretty. See, this is another example of like...
Well, no. Nobody's saying that they're residing in the slums.
No, not even residing. They don't have to.
No, well, of course, no, they don't have to. But wait a minute.
They don't have to.
If you're going to say the slums ain't got pretty chicks, you crazy.
They don't have to.
And any man likes pretty.
But guess what? They don't have to, because it's no different than last week when Kev posted a picture of Megan Good at 42 and these niggas were caping hard. These the same niggas will be like, no, Megan Good ain't all that. Nigga, what the fuck did you even have a woman that looked like Megan Good? And this is the same comment where they be like, yeah, they slumming hard. First of all, what did BGS tell you about the 100 octane? It deals with looks primarily. If them bitches don't have the looks, number one, they ain't getting near them niggas.
Well, no, it's not about them being able to approach them. We're talking. You're saying that they don't get selected though. So no, that's not the case. Of course, you got, you know what I'm saying, top tier cats slumming and shit. But that's not the norm. That's not the average. So, but what to say it don't happen? That's crazy.
That's not the average. I never said it doesn't happen. I said it doesn't happen like the way these niggas put it. Nah. A lot of these chicks can't get near those guys. They don't even know where these guys are.
I mean, that's the one thing. Did you see what Green Gorilla put up on his live today though? With that one chick who was like every bit of, let's just say, uncouth, who you wouldn't think that a, you know what I'm saying, top tier cat would go after. But the fact that she sounded like she was possibly attempting to kick some game to, I guess, a peer group, and saying how, okay, well, you know, this is how you deal with ballers. You know, you can't be yourself with a baller. You have to adjust. Meaning that even and her, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't even holler at no chick like that. You know what I'm saying? Rough around the edges, that fucking voice and whatever. No, but the fact that she can express in a way to where it comes off almost as flippant, meaning that okay, you're somewhat versed with what it is that you're saying. Meaning that she didn't, you know what I'm saying, encountered, you know, top tier cats before, I guess, to a degree, you know, depending on whatever they consider to be top
they
tier.
consider any nigga that makes $50,000 top tier. Okay, and I'm not knocking dudes who make $50,000. I'm just telling you, these bitches don't understand. When you talk to women, most women don't understand money. They don't even understand what liquidating assets mean. Okay.
Okay, what about the chicks asking for? What about the chick that was asking for $300,000?
That tells you how much they don't understand, nigga. That tells you how much they don't understand.
Well, wait a
How
minute.
do
What?
it? Why the fuck would anybody even sit down at the conversation and even listen to a bitch say,
Because
"I
you
want a
got
three
million
hundred
dollar tricks out here, man. Wait a
Here's
minute now.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? I've asked any chick this question. Did you ever get this from your fucking boyfriend, baby daddy, or husband? Well, no. Why the fuck would a man better than that nigga that you married or had kids by? A man who you had kids and married by couldn't do it, but you want a man who's better to do so. And
Yeah.
this is the delusion that we fall under. This is the bullshit.
Bullshit.
What that little white boy say? Bullshit. Bullshit. And this is the crazy part. I want a $300,000 man. Them bitches can't even count 300. Okay. Do you know how rare it is to get for these bitches to sit next to a man who makes 100,000? It's rare. It's rare.
Okay,
America.
Okay, so with the concept, Jesus being a simp, that's funny. Kev, do me a favor. Give me some more clarity behind that, because I didn't get the front of the show. If you had already established the context of Jesus
Jesus be
being
a simp. No, there's simps going around saying that the Princella's existence is because of us. And she's able to. Yeah,
Get the fuck out. Look.
And I gave a receipt.
Look, if you hear this chick talk, BGS already went through it. He says, she been in the game, official, with two, managers, and ended off with high-ranking NOI cat. You can hear it in her. I didn't think that she was in the game like that until until I heard him say it. But then I heard the NOI trend. It's like, damn, did you go? Was you hanging with the fruit of Islam the way that you deliver, bitch? What the fuck? This bitch is gruff than a motherfucker. But and it's not because of the space. She just who said that she's here because of the space?
Plenty of these little simps and these anti-manosphere detractors. But let me give you a receipt. Let me give you a receipt real quick. Okay. Read that bottom comment.
What the
Women
fuck
like
Aubrey doing? This motherfucker. All right, go ahead.
Women like her only exist because men choose to reject logic and masculinity to control themselves and rather keep delusional people relevant, like Fleece Johnson, for content.
Oh, so he's associated anti no hoe ass. All right, then that motherfucker ain't even part of it. All right, cool.
Here's the crazy part, right? And I would say this to anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. And y'all
is she
know
fucking
me
any of them hoes that she talking to?
Y'all know me for the longest time. How long have bitches been saying niggas ain't shit?
Because a bitch like that like to fuck bitches.
Ever.
Clearly.
How long have black men had a voice on social media?
Probably for a few years. Probably not even
barely over a decade.
Yeah. Not even really a decade yet.
So I rest my motherfucking case. This is, give me something to actually debate about. Like, notice I don't speak that much about Priscilla because she's irrelevant to me. She's nothing to me. There's a reason why a nigga like me gets avoided when people be like, "Yeah, I want to debate." Do you really want to?
Okay, so with her. Okay, so what's her overall? Because I don't listen to her. I didn't listen to her when she was on the breakdown. I'm sorry. The first time when they had that bitch on, I'm like, oh, okay, nah, this is nah. I wasn't gonna do it. So what is her overall get down? They call her what the queen maker. So she's supposed to be making queens. All right. Now how is this gruff bitch supposed to? What is she ushering women into what? An understanding? Definitely not a softness.
See, she's trying to use gorilla pimp tactics, man.
Definitely.
And it's crazy because you can't make a queen. You're not one yourself.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
She do give off bottom bitch vibes though.
Here's the problem. The bottom bitch is not the firmament.
No, but if she be a Ronin and not have a noble lord in which to attach herself to, then the bitch is going to go out swinging her katana wantonly. You feel me?
And to let her do it, because eventually her head comes off from her shoulders. So let her do it. So it's here's the crazy part. This is the same thing I say about voice walkings, right? If all your shit is sound, how many people did you make money?
Mm-hmm. You say sound?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to have the a receipt in the vein of who the brother that they took out talking all the health stuff. Nip was helping him.
Dr. Sebi.
Peace be upon him. Yeah, Dr. Sebi. You know what I'm saying? His receipt was his people showing up. Yeah, he cleared me. He cured me.
Yeah, like when people talk about me when I had my GoFundMe, oh, you just doing this and doing that. I just qualified a young man at 19 to get his permit to carry for work.
How they read your initiative before they questioned you?
Yeah, I gave young black men work. These are the same niggas who wouldn't give a dime, but guess what? They will look down upon young black men.
Yeah.
But see, here's the part. I don't have a receipt book. I have results.
Yeah.
And when you look at her, who the fuck did you help? You fucked up in the game, you damn self. Who the fuck did you help?
Well, she's supposed to be a queen maker. So
what queen did you crown?
Well, no. Like I don't know if I want to be accepting of the queens that she's willing to present as such. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not just gonna say, oh, that's a queen. All right, yeah, bring her on, bitch, please.
You could be a queen maker all you want. Guess what? Prince Philip was never called the King of England, was he?
Wait a minute. A queen maker without kings, though. This bitch sound like she anti-man.
Of course she's anti-man.
She just sound like a new grade of feminist as far as I'm concerned.
Of course she's anti-man. One, because she has the bone structure of one in her face, and then two, because she looks like she more fish than a goddamn Gordon's fisherman.
Meow, 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 meow.
Somebody key them damn singing cats.
You know what I mean? Meow mean.
Licky girl.
But it's really
By the way,
critical.
Rogish is the ghetto joker.
Please believe it.
I mean, hey, with logic must come anarchy. It must be balanced.
No. Anarchy is only there to establish a greater desired order. People think that anarchists, anti-order. No, anarchist is a tool. And it's a state of being just for that moment. And then you turn back into something that could actually help or assist the new order being established or the better order.
Well, you got to think about the anarchist. The anarchist is the person who wants to stay in a perpetual state of anarchy. I can get it when there's a revolutionary, but then you have the anarchist who wants to be in a perpetual state of anarchy.
Man, I don't ride with that, dog. Cause people been saying that shit for decades, and I done met, real motherfuckers in the military, that was like, okay, well, anarchy is not a constant state to where it's lawlessness or lack of order. Anarchy actually can be righteous. The thing is, it is a process, and once the process is done, then you get back into that which is better for the state of being of all. If you stay within an anarchy state, how do you have the peace that you need in order to? How do you have the harmony that you need in order to create the peace?
That's why I gave you the definition between revolutionary and anarchist. A revolutionary will flip the shit on its head and say, "Hey, we got to do something else." Our anarchists just want to see the world burn. And that's just simply what they are. Like, when you see the nihilist versus the utilitarian, that's kind of like that realm of thinking. Because I'm not against a good old fashioned revolution.
Well, I'm a fucking hybrid. understand that.
This ain't Star Wars, and you ain't part of the Great Light or the Great Force, nigga.
Nah, cause
You either dark side, or you part of the light.
I'm red saber all day, but I understand that when you interact
Well,
with
more
humans,
like purple saber.
They actually had a Sith Lord. They actually had a Sith Lord who did no wrong. I mean, he actually helped people.
Oh,
He
word?
just
Who that?
I forgot what his name was when I read about him.
I gotta
He
research
actually,
him.
because of his business like mine, he didn't fall prey to the dark side. He actually kept,
You
very
sound like
militant,
Rael.
meaning, sometimes you got to be very, black pill to get along with it. And here's the point that I talk about when I look at chicks like her. Even when I start talking to chicks now, they may not like what I say at first, but then they be like, "Damn, he's standing on this square about this subject matter. I got to find
Solid.
out what he's talking more about."
Solid is solid.
When I had to tell this one chick, I don't believe in compromise. I believe in cooperation.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "But don't you want to cut? Well, what if you wanted to go out with your boys? If I had an agreement to go out with you prior to going out with my boys, I'm gonna go with you." They were like, "But what if something happens that was a drop of a dime? If you don't tell me, I'm doing what I planned originally."
Right.
See, like, but don't you have to cover? No. Well, what if you had to watch a movie you didn't want to see? If my objective was to spend time with you, it does not mean it does damn the movie.
But see, that's the thing. Notice that shows you that they're social conditioned into primarily wanting and going for their own personal selfish benefit, no matter what. Because she approached it as if, well, why can't you think selfishly in that? Because if I was you, I would be thinking selfishly.
Yeah, that's why I told her. Why do you think I tell women I don't? Two things you will never. I will jump in a woman's ass about. Don't ever refer to me as your partner.
Oh yeah.
And don't ever tell me about compromise, because you're telling me, so you want to compromise, man? But so you don't want a man who can stand on this square even if you don't like it.
Then you want a sucker. You know what I mean? It's, but this is the thing though. Has the line been drawn, or has the line been blurred? Because within, these contemporary, so this is my future. I'm gonna let y'all know, what I'm saying? This might be y'all present. I'm in the fucking future right now. So my mind is blown.
You need to get back to the future.
You feel me? So within
it's
this
funny because
go ahead.
It's funny because dudes be like, I'm a nihilist. I can't, people be like, Charles, you sound like a nihilist. I'm not a nihilist. Am I black pill? Of course. I'm a utilitarian. I could look at the world and have to many of times in my life where I had to look at the world without morality. I don't have morality. I have a code. There's a difference.
Okay, so wait. With nihilism, ultimately, what is the difference between nihilism and anarchy? BGS, where you at? I know you in the clouds, OG. What's up?
All you gotta do is say his name 3 times. He'll pop out.
Come on out, wiggly legs.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Anarchy is the state of no order.
Is it?
The state, yeah.
Or is it a state of broken order?
It's when you have broken order, you don't have any order.
Okay, but the thing is, order is essential to human engagement, period.
But here's the problem, right? What happens if you have people who become uncivilized?
Kill them motherfuckers. That's the only thing you can do. We've been over here long enough to know how to do this shit.
And guess what? You have some people who just want to see the motherfucker burn, motherfucker burn. That's it. They're not there because they're for a righteous cause or to change the system. They're just there for wanton destruction.
Oh no, that's no. That's a weapon. That's a weapon.
And then when you look at nihilism, see, I hate the way they did Thanos in the movies to a certain extent, because a nihilist wants to see nothing. Everything is a joke. Like the Joker's a nihilist to an extent.
Thank you.
Lex Luthor's a nihilist.
Yeah.
Like, so when you look at it, people are like, I love the Joker. I said, who's a real fucked up individual? Even more fucked up than the Joker is Lex Luthor.
Oh, most definitely,
Really?
because he's
Fucked
practical. Lex Luthor is the most dangerous fucking. He ain't even a villain. He's an anti-hero. And he was the first anti-hero before anti-heroes were declared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was a fucking scientist. And it's funny because when Lex Luthor, in his mind, he has never done wrong. But in some issues, like I tell people, if you really want to listen to an essential Lex Luthor and know what a nihilist is, read Lex Luthor Man of Steel, that little mini-series. And by the way, for all you Batman fans, you might get disappointed because if Superman actually came upon Batman and was not for his shit, that'll show you what would happen.
I got you, American Negro.
And
smoke some, bitch.
and it was like you look at it and you say to yourself, like, Roguish and myself could go very black pill.
For sure.
And we could make very black pill jokes and nobody would get offended. Not everybody can do that. Because there's things that I've seen and Roguish have seen, even from the military alone, that'll make the average man quiver in their fucking groin.
When you understand how humans really are.
It's the two things I say when you're in certain fucking shit.
Humans are interesting.
and Shaka Dulu said, the question is, are the ones claiming to be civilized really civilized? See, this is the reason why.
That part.
This is the reason why I say that I have a code and I don't have morality.
Preach.
Because morality changes with the wind. It changes with the culture. I'm not going to be swayed. My code is not going to be swayed either way. Even though I may not like you, I'm not going to let your kids starve because kids never asked to be here.
Right.
When you look at the mafia back in the day, what was their code? No women, no children.
No women, no children.
So
tell it to the niggas. They're animals anyway.
See, you got to think about it. There have been animals of different species, predatory animals, who actually took care of the babies of a dead parent.
Yep.
Who took care of them and protected them.
Within that, though, you're not speaking of humanity. You're talking about life, period, and the fact that we all have some element of a connection. So, to me, that is what stops me from, going full Joker. Because the very first thing that came to me was like, all right, well, not only like revenge, like people, like the Joker ain't about revenge. The Joker is karma. And also, I don't want to get too much off of subject, so let's tie it back in. When it comes to the whole element of being a simp, right? And we bringing up Joker nihilism and all that stuff. What we're looking at is one's claim to their citizenry. What quality of citizenry do you have? If you have one to where I guess you feel that you can rock with it, then all right, it's just a generalized one. But if you wish for something greater, that is definitely going to segue you into one of those avenues of nihilism, anarchy, or whatever the other one is. We'll say black pill.
Utilitarian.
Utilitarian can actually be utilized within the current order as it is, but you might go Frank Castle because that's exactly what he was trying to do.
For Frank Castle is a utilitarian. You got to think about it. You can't be a superhero unless you're black pill. Yeah. Because it's just gonna make you that way very quickly. Like
that's the crazy part.
Any cop who's not black pill, I will tell you this one: they never did any real work. You were a house cat. You were not on the street.
That nigga said a house cat. That's cold blood.
You know, they had a house cat. I've called many of cops house cats. I said, so you hold a dying baby.
Oh.
So you hold a father who's having a heart attack, and you're doing everything in your power. I mean, so you see like Mackenzie Elliott, a 3-year-old shot on just playing on her porch because two idiots arguing over a bitch that's gonna still fuck either one of them anyway.
Oh,
You don't know black pill yet.
Preach.
And I tell people, you know, when people's like, "Oh yeah, I'm black pill," like it's a level of Super Saiyan. No, it's not. You really don't want to be it.
No, you do not want to be motherfucking black pill because it's like, yo, you see things. It's like Dick Gregory said. You see things for exactly what they are, not as how others would want you to see them, no matter what. And it's like when you start being able to make those neo sight measurements with this, it's like, wait a minute, this is supposed to take a whole lot more work for me to see this shit. I don't want to see as much as I'm seeing, and then you're able to see further ahead and shit. And it's like, oh fuck.
It's like trying to explain like when some of the 20, 19, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds try to speak to me and I talk to them about subjects, they'd be like, well, that ain't true. I said, dude, just get a little older.
Just wait.
and then a girl will say something exactly like I said it and predict it like I said it. And they look at me like, how did you know? I said, dude, I've been in the game for 4 decades learning about women.
There you go.
If you can overcome,
and they ain't changed, and they ain't.
If you can overcome the fact that, when the time comes in every man's life when he has to look at his mother as a woman and not as his mother, which niggas tend to deify.
Yep.
You learn female nature very quickly.
You better tell yourself in your mind one time, if not more than one time, about your mom, bitch, shut the fuck up. At least one time. Now, it's not that you're seeing her entirety as her person, as that, but the element of engaging her programming. Because if you don't think that your mama can be programmed like any other woman under the social conditioning, you're crazy.
And that's where the foolishness starts. This is why motherfuckers like Priscilla exist. Because there's a lot of niggas out there with this mommy complex who have not conquered their mama. Who has not conquered the mommy syndrome.
Which gives these frags ample DNA when you think about it. Well, mostly the A than the B.
You gotta speak up.
Oh. Like I said, can you hear me now? How about now?
A little bit more.
How about now?
A little bit more.
Like I said.
No, nigga, they got your ass locked in a 82 Cutlass. I tell you what, kick at the motherfucking hinges. Hey, hold up. Move the 15. Move the 15 to the side and hit that amp with your elbow, and maybe you will be able to get out of there.
Yeah, you gotta.
Let me say something real quick. I see Shaka Nulu is in the building. Shout out to him. Shout out to Bad Hombre. Shout out to Cartel. I saw American Negro. What up, fellas? Shaka Nulu said for most dudes, their moms is the first chick that lied to them. Check out that BMBBH. Check out that last BMBBH news I did. About that dude that shot his baby mama inside of the Home Depot, and his mom pushed him to do it.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you what it really boils down to. What's up, Shaka Doolittle? What boils down to this shit is this: a man is not a man until he's able to check his own mother. Think about this. You know, there's a story I'm gonna do this week, probably tomorrow, and I'm gonna say, and shout out to I forget what his name, Instructor Mike. who said this. When we go back to the Chicago incident, right?
Uh-huh.
If that boy was properly trained in firearms, and he had the gun in the ready and be like, okay, Ma, come on, Ma, let's get to the car. One, she wouldn't have been hit. Two, he wouldn't have to shoot him. Three, they would have left safely. But I'm going to ask this one important question. How many black mothers are going to submit to the authority of their sons while they're protecting them? And then you went. Wait,
hold up. Oh, whoa. Did y'all hear that? Nigga, one more time for the cats in the back, huh?
It blew your mind, didn't it?
Yeah.
How many mothers How many black mothers are going to submit to the authority of their sons while they're protecting them?
Ooh, that's a show right there, nigga. God damn. Right.
So look out for the show tomorrow. Because I look at Priscilla like this, and every time she tells you a bad incident, did you submit to the authority of the men who were protecting you? And she is a quintessential answer is no. There are so many women I'm told, and this is like executive protection. I will brief the client. They will tell me their itinerary, what they like to do. If I get you and I push you or force you somewhere, there may be no shelter. I might have to have you squat down while I'm protecting you with my body, firing back.
Yeah.
That is not a time to try to assert your authority. I've even had ex-girlfriends. This is the sin of the black woman. You're so narcissistic and can't give up control that you don't even listen to the people who are trying to protect you. And for so many years, what did I say the first rule of protection is?
Obey.
Obedience.
I'm about to say, listen, goddamn.
The second rule of protection is that protection costs.
Yeah.
The third rule is, what does the protector get up to the cost of their life?
Yeah, now that part right there, because you just said it, protection costs, and then you went into what the cost is. But I don't think I know most women don't understand the cost, and that means that they don't understand the actual value of a life, let alone the one that's being, employed to protect them. What it means to protect one's life. It's all as Patrice O'Neal said, which Namer brought it up, Screwy. It's entitlement. Patrice told us he used this word years ago. Now I wonder who tutelage he was under, because he never really showed us his OG, but he was putting game out there, supreme, and yeah.
I'll give you an example. Rogish.
Yeah.
And this was his black stuff. He talked about a situation where he was at a mall, right?
Mm-hmm.
With his girl. And his girl was talking all kinds of crazy.
No, that was in the car. That was in the car.
No. It wasn't in the car. It wasn't in the car. Wait up.
Oh, it was in line at the mall. Right. Yeah, you're right.
It was at the mall.
Yeah.
What did Patrice do?
He walked away.
Walked the fuck away. Immediately.
Yeah.
Vaughn, that's his woman. His woman's name was Vaughn DeCarlo Brown. Still around. Still on show.
Good book too. Y'all get Vaughn's book. Speak Fluent Dude. You know what I'm saying? She actually, yeah.
That's like Patrice said. Any language is there's vaginal and there's dude.
Yeah.
There's vaginal and there's dude. Anyway, he walks away, right? Vaughn notices he's not there. Notices he's walking away. She runs after him.
Fuck up.
She runs after him. She runs after him and says, "Yo, why don't you walk away? He could have. He could have what? Yep. If you knew he was gonna slap you in the face, why do it?" He could have slapped you in your face and looked at me, and I would have to do nothing. So you've got to learn respect, bitch.
Mm.
And he kept referring to it. Then again, he talked. One thing I remember he talked about was, and this was my favorite thing he used to say. Every time we get into an argument, I always have to hear about another nigga she fucked. And she was like, you know Morgan Freeman? Everybody's like, whoa! And he was like, bitch, you fuck Morgan Freeman? And she's like, no, I didn't fuck Morgan Freeman. What's his name? Drew Boogie was in the show, said, oh, you must have been massaging his skin tags and shit. Dante was like, the mold, this bitch fucked Morgan Freeman. And everybody just went hysterical about that shit. That's one of my favorite scenes. That and when they clowned, what's her name, Kara Foster, when they changed her intro from the Barty Brothers.
Screw it. Maintain your point, man. Maintain your point.
I'm sorry, thank you. But, you know, the point was, it's like, you know, you got to keep her in check. She's got to understand protection and what to do, what not to do. Or like Patrice would say to her, we're not together. I'm with you. You're with me. So don't fuck with me. I need you to be a soldier in the street. Can you do that? If you're with
me, that's obey. That gets
back
to what Charles brought up. Obey.
Obey. Obedience.
But how much is obey within the realm of submission?
Because that's how they interpret it. Because even if you tell it to them in vaginal terms, they don't look at you like you speaking dude. And most women don't speak dude.
Let me say something real quick.
Yes, sir.
Let me say something real quick. Just to respond to what Faulkner said, you know, you're not a man till you're able to check your mother. I guess that, I mean, God rest her soul. I guess I've been a man since I was 16. Yeah, and number two, did y'all hear about that story where that woman walked off from her would-be husband at the altar because she refused to say that she would obey?
What? Nah, I ain't heard.
Yeah,
that's I was on that clip. I think. Yeah.
Wow.
There was a clip of that, right? Because you know they had the dress rehearsal and everything. And bitch, you wanted to talk about this now?
Wait, hold on.
You got a problem with the value?
Wait, obey to him or obey to God? Wait a minute, bitch. We both before God, so you don't want to even obey the Lord, huh? What we doing in this church there? What you doing with that ring on your finger? What's all this money that's being spent right now, bitch? Shit.
Because first and foremost, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna give the floor to Namer about that bullshit. See, I'm ashamed of men settling for that bullshit. What he should have done was grab his nuts and walk. Because when she embarrassed you, one thing my father always told me, when a motherfucker try to embarrass you, you go out of your way to embarrass them.
And when they go crazy, you go crazy.
I'd have told her loud as fuck, either you say it or I'm walking.
Islam style, bitch. Somebody bring out the scimitar. You know what I'm saying? Have that bitch crawl under it while she states such.
Yep. Look like fucking Sinbad or some shit. Like, nah, you gonna say, well, no. You can't say it. You can't say it.
Before the law.
We can't get married.
Yeah, but we got Bad Hombre up here. He wanted to come up here and say something about Icon. Icon is the black superhero out of Milestone that could probably beat Superman handily. I don't know if y'all know anything about Milestone Comics.
I know about Dwayne McDuffie.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. But Bad Hombre, you got the flow.
Thank you, Cap. How you good brothers doing tonight?
We're good. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up the flow, Cap, but that Icon versus Hardware, that's the best thing that's out there right now. It's even better than the Hellfire Gala. So in issue number 3, they actually went there. Icon went back in time and ended slavery. And I was like, wow, they took it here. But see, nobody's talking about that because you got a powerful black hero. So I just wanted to peep you all if you wanted to read something really good. That's the best thing out there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's what's
yeah,
up.
because comic books as of late have been complete ass, and it's because of that woke shit. But it's good to hear that some comic books are trying to stand the test of time.
But are the artists and the writers woke, or is it more of the political agenda is seeping its way into the industry and the executives who are, you know what I'm saying,
It's
or
the comic
directing
and the
this to.
writers. It's the
Oh, okay.
writers because a lot of the writers, and it's the weak-kneed executives who can't take a stance against it. It's the fact of the matter that I've always said, go back and Google "I'm not Starfire," and you'll see the writer put herself because the character looked just like her because she's
Wow.
fat, dumpily, and lesbian and ugly. Instead of actually saying, you know what, of course you're not Starfire, you're not attractive. It's
Just look.
her. It's her salute to like. It's her thing about trying to argue that you don't have to be attractive in this world. And really, you got to think there's two type of lesbians.
Starfire fine in the motherfucker though.
But
What?
her daughter is not. Like she's supposed to like think about it. You know, and this is
So
the part where
is
it
it
gets
Fire
me.
Team's fault?
A lot of chicks do not like the fact that one, they're better. They talk about we're all the same, but they know that there are women who look better than them.
Exactly.
If you the and a lot of these chicks would not be so called lesbian if men paid them attention. I'ma just say that. Like just like you notice, a large majority of chicks who are heavily degreed are not attractive. I'll say that again. A large, heavy, and usually it's the larger chicks who are
Yeah.
heavily degreed are not
Yeah.
attractive. How many
Yeah.
how many PhDs or JDs do you think are attractive?
Mm.
Wow.
What?
Hey,
None I
let
can
me.
think of.
Yeah. Let me say this. Rem- the people who are writing the comic books now are they're like Alphabet.
Soy
They're
boy,
yeah, Soy Boy. They're
Okay.
they're they're Simps.
bunch of man
Uh,
bun bitches.
yeah. Like
Man, China.
like you had this guy Daniel Kibblesmith that wrote this comic book called New Warriors, and he based it
Oh,
on he
that never existed.
yeah that comic book was ass, like it was so ass that it never hit the shelves. Then you have
Wow.
T.
More
Franklin.
ass than
No, no,
the
no, no. Okay, I'll say this, and sorry for cutting you off, Kev. It was so bad they had a hero named Safe Space.
Yeah, he was one of the X-Men.
oh
Wait, wait,
They
wait,
had
wait,
a
wait,
hero named Safe Space.
wait. What you mean? What was their power,
He
though?
was one of the X-Men. He
Wait, wait,
was
wait.
he was mad gay.
He
What? No.
can't he
What?
can't use his power unless he's protecting someone else.
Oh, get the fuck out of
He
I
here.
has a
mean that.
force.
And plus, he's a fag.
Well, no. Check it out. Wait,
Hey,
no. Okay.
whoa.
don't use that word
Yeah,
because
the
we know
Oh,
algorithm.
my bad.
The algorithm be
you'll get me
hunting, man.
demonetized like Fresh and Fit.
For real. And say Dookie Dipper.
Or the
Okay.
Yeah.
platform versus special.
Or doo doo chaser. Hey man,
Oh, by
hey,
the way,
Yeah, do you all think that it's any coincidence that they made Batman's son, can I say, a bisexual?
Wait. Batman's
yes.
son or Superman's
Yeah,
son?
no, both of them. Batman's son is a bisexual, and Superman's son is a bisexual.
Both dictators, basically.
they,
Get
they,
the fuck out of
they
here.
made Vixen gay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this
These
writer named
people
T.
these people have no okay, well check it out. It makes sense though because they molest context the same way that they molest whatever they get into. It's all just excuse me. It's just a molestation. Excuse me, hocus pocus.
Switch your own
Skibbity
character,
scatter.
bro. Create your own damn characters, motherfuckers and fatherfuckers.
They can't. These motherfuckers ain't got they own. They look. They do not have their own
They don't got their own
creativity.
creativity.
They didn't
They're
had
creatively bankrupt.
decades, and there's been so much that has happened in human potential and development for these motherfuckers to develop any kind of hero that they want. But what they got to do? No, we got to work with what already is established, and we got to gender bend the shit. And that is the newness that everybody should accept. They ain't got no new powers or nothing. They just like to suck and fuck the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Let me put it this way. Okay, go ahead.
Look. Like that Vixen part was written by T. Franklin. T. Franklin is a disabled. She's disabled, which means she's on stilts.
Oh God.
She's black. She's alphabet.
Oh God.
And she's also a sex worker. And she,
wait. What's her task?
I don't even know, but she
Wait
wrote.
a minute. Is she what she do? Amputee porn or something? What the fuck is this?
Man, I don't know, man, but she inserted herself in the Vixen comic, and what she did was her and Vixen took a taxi, and Vixen gave herself a giraffe tongue and ate her out.
Get the
Yeah, that happened.
They bugging.
hard.
Yeah, then
Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to interrupt, Kev.
Go ahead.
Let's
I know
get a
you're trying
couple-
to get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
First of
You got the
all,
floor.
before I say what I could say, I didn't realize Rogus is part Cuban because the way he laughed reminds me of Cesar Romero's Joker from the '60s Batman. Now, with that being said, yeah, he cute. And by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but Cesar Romero was Alphabet apparently. So that's neither here nor there. A certain comic I remember, Shantae Wayans. She explained there's a term for ugly straight chicks who try to cross over into the lesbian area. They're called gargoyles, and we're sick of them motherfuckers crossing over here because they can't get with no man, as she said. We're sick of those gargoyles just crossing over. She's trying to make it here when they can't get no man. We ain't interested in y'all. If the men ain't interested in y'all, we definitely not interested in y'all. Go on and get yourself sorted out. Sort this mess out. Don't be looking at us. Continue.
So when we talking about simps, you showed a picture, Kev, of a light skinned brother who was or light skinned dude who you said was giving props to Princella. I was at the gig, so I couldn't really, check in on that one.
Yeah, our wisdom.
Give me the skinny on that one.
What I was saying about JR Wisdom, interview who you want, but why is it that brothers are always giving these women clout and fame and more publicity, and we're supposed to be a space about helping black men, in any way we can. And I mean, like I said, this is why they get so fucking big, and because of this shit. And my thing is because of that, because I keep seeing this shit, that if I ever blow up, or is a question of when, I'm gonna help the smaller black man content creators. Right. I'm not gonna help these females that hate black men become even more infamous. It wouldn't feel right in my spirit. Because I want to be the example of doing the opposite of the shit that I don't like. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense. Okay, so prior to her, I guess, involvement with his channel, what is he purporting his channel to be about?
I don't know.
How great black women are. The black woman is God.
Oh, he's one of those.
No, JR Wisdom is not like that. No, not in particular. He's more of a, I would say, a red pillar, but he's interviewed her, and he's also interviewed Pearl.
Well, I can understand Pearl, but I wonder what her.
Oh yeah, you're right, Kev. Jr. Wisdom, he's not like that. I was thinking about someone else. You're right.
No, no, okay, no. But okay. So with Pearl, Pearl is pretty much framework. You know what I'm saying? Now she done worked herself in there. It is what it is. You know what I mean? She carries a certain algorithm unto herself. So I can understand him. You know what I'm saying as far as interviewing her. But Princella, for someone to interview her who is a dude, you have to be somewhat either directly attempting to use her as a case study for your audience of, you know what I'm saying, the wrong example, or you're with her as far as how it goes with her ideological stance and what it is she presents. What do you think he is?
I don't know. I think he's just somebody that's trying to get the bag.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, the potency that these men give these females, man, like it was like I said back in the day in the group, females who used to say stupid shit got way more attention from men in general than the men that were actually trying to make good posts and trying to tell people shit. It just, and I mean, like, this wasn't even on some, you know, what they like to call black female hate shit. These were dudes that were generally trying to help the mentality, you know, of our people change, and
Right.
nobody wanted to pay attention to that. But every time a female would say some goofy shit, all them guys would be on there trying to converse with her.
500 motherfucking comments.
Yeah. And you know, it just it's intriguing to me that we would give females this much press that hate us.
I mean, what them niggas was answering for the potential of pussy, for the potential of internet pussy. So how reliable is internet pussy? I never had internet pussy, so how reliable is it?
I don't think anybody has had internet pussy, you know, like at all. Like, you know, any man that successfully sticks his penis in a woman through a Wi-Fi connection will become a fucking millionaire.
Hammer, he is Hammer.
Like, real. It is just e pussy. You know, e pussy is the same. It all feels the same.
He said
like
pussy.
like nothing.
Well, there are sex toys involving. People don't know this, but a few years ago, you know, guys heard of what's it called? I think it's Oculus Rift, the VR company.
Wait, hold up. You sounding. You move somewhere different in the trunk and attempt to enunciate.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. We're just a little bit clearer there, sir. Proceed.
Of course, I'm going to be speaking with some clarity,
Right,
but unfortunately,
right.
you talk. First of all, why do you sound like Idris Elba after he took a shot at helium, Rogish?
That's because I
You
used to
lost the
listen to a
basic
little
of
bit, a lot of Masterpiece Theater, mate. I used to watch PBS back in the early mid 80s because that was the only place where a bloke who was interested in science could get a little bit of the stuff, you know?
Yeah, but you know, you sound. You ever seen the movie Snatch? You sound like the three brothers from that one.
Nah, nigga,
Working
I sound
class,
like
that's
Bulletproof
descendants,
Tony,
man.
motherfucker. What?
This man, Snake Man. I think this is Snake Man, right? Gyogami. You say
No,
you're
that's
giving
Gyogami. No, Gyogami's another thing. No, they're two different because Snake
Yeah.
Man's Nigerian, Gyogami's Congolese.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. You said you're giving ideas to fourth.
Hey.
You said you're giving ideas to fourth industrial revolution technologists at Black Men Being Brutally Honest.
Woo! You on the right path, man.
Shit. I mean, I guess
Okay.
it's the same guys that came up with Robo Becky. You know?
Yeah.
What the fuck
Okay,
is that?
as I was saying, this might be related to Robo Becky, but back in the day, there was like there's a company called Oculus Rift, and what they did was they were able to do like what you call like e-sex, basically. E-pussy is basically like say you and another person are opposite ends of the world, right? So using an internet connection and some sex toys. Like on your end, you got a flesh doll, a fleshlight.
Right.
On her end, she's got a dildo. So she's just working it, the dildo in and out, in and out, in and out. You stick your thing in the whatchamacallit, in the fleshlight, and you get the, and it feels like and every time she contracts on the on the dildo, it stimulates that the same response on the fleshlight on the other end.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Before you finish your story, please get to a place where you can be clarified, dog. You sound like you got a towel over your mouth. I thought you was in one of the happy places in England, nigga. What the fuck? You kicking the Anne Frank style, nigga. You in the fucking basement.
Hey, tell you something. Remember that movie X-Men First Class?
Yep.
Remember when the old boy was in the bed? Like, he was supposed to be in the bed with Emma Frost, but when old boy walked in, old dude was just sitting there. He was just like, he was acting like he was holding on to a woman, but Emma Frost was just sitting there watching him make a fool of himself. You remember that part?
I gotta see that.
Yep.
I guess not. Well, I guess that's what e-pussies get, That's what it feel like.
Hey, Robo Becky. Hey, some people got sex dolls, I don't blame them. Some people got fleshlights, I don't blame them. It is what the fuck it is. The circumstances being what they are. And excuse me, Rogic, if it sounds like I've been getting face sat on by Rhea Miles, with that ass.
Lucky
with her fine ass.
Motherfucker. I mean, yeah, but it might smell like white nuts though. So you know what I'm saying, you gotta be careful of that. Tell that bitch to take a shower first. Hold up. Tell that bitch to take a shower. Tell that bitch to take a shower with some black soap before you fuck with Bria Miles.
You don't think I did that already? You forgot to do it.
Let's get that African soap on you, ho. We gonna get you clean, Bria.
Oh, you forgot you do it.
There you go, RPM.
It's just like Big Box said. Huh?
Yeah, RPM said I remember that part. Paul Hightower, he I guess this is more toward the subject, although I was not really talking about Jesus, but he said, truly, I was just observing how Jesus seemed to have been saving wayward women more than anything else.
Yo, you know what? Yo, real talk, Paul Hightower. Now that's one thing that we need to talk about.
And how the mentality is the mindset adopted most in America.
Ooh, preach. Look, Dave Chappelle said it first. You're not a whore, but you are wearing a whore's uniform. You know what I mean? Well, this was the real Dave Chappelle. I don't know what the clone's saying now. But
you mean that thing is like when he said like it's really confusing. He said that'd be like me, Dave Chappelle, wearing a cop uniform.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes up and says, "Also, whoa! Just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean I'm a cop.
Doesn't make me a whore." No, but you are uniform. But like he said, so what he said, truly I was observing how Jesus seemed to have been saving wayward women more than anything else. Now, if you think about it, I think we was only told of one within, the Helios Biblios. But you don't pay attention to the person that it was that came to him. It was more along the line to the character of folks. So, Jesus would have been in the slum of the slums. You know what I'm talking about? We talking the projects of the projects. Cabrini Green, nigga, you feel me? But this is if we're talking about doing that kind of work, but also it points you into the objective understanding that type of woman is going to be present. That type of person, as far as those on that spectrum of the social character scale, if you will, they're probably going to be. Not necessarily average, because that's a bad society, but maybe lesser than the average in this particular society. So if one is to actually engage in the elements of solution, what's the best way to do that? As far now personally, as far as I'm concerned, these women belong to the game. I'm seeing hoes.
Like my man once said, and Lloyd Harvey's for the streets.
Say it again.
Point blank.
Said Lori Harvey's for the streets.
Yeah.
Yo, for real, I'm seeing hoes. So I can understand a whore. Jesus came in contact with a whore, as far as I'm concerned. And you know, that's just a whore. Now let's say that there was, you know, it's kind of like it is now in these contemporary times, and you're dealing with populations of hoes, and not only population of hoes. Back in those days, those women decided to become hoes and just sell pussy because, okay, I'm gonna just sell some pussy. Selling pussy wasn't just an overall industry with subculture attached to the motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? So we
there were no pins back then. Last time I checked.
We in something that's, I would say, hyperized, if you will. You know what I'm saying, or hybridized to a degree. But in that, how that mentality is the mindset, as Paul Hightower went on to say, how the mentality is the mindset adopted most in America. Mm-hmm. Now you look at what it means for a woman to be a woman to a woman. It ain't got shit to do with us. We can have our grievances and everything, and we can flex that. But what does being a woman mean to a woman? Before we get to, you know what I'm saying, telling her like, hey, you're kind of lacking in this. Well, she might be operating in the capacity of being a woman that might not be compatible, you know what I'm saying, to the type of woman that we're looking for. And to call her out into a particular accountability might be premature. Or illogical.
Perhaps that could be the case. Oh, by the way, I've upgraded myself from the trunk to the front seat, and I'm going shotgun. But anyway, you brought up when you said, I just gotta say this. First of all, motherfucker, you forgot I'm a disciple of Red Fox, which means I always studied and to remember the fine points of you gotta wash your ass.
You gotta wash your ass. Wash your ass. Yes, sir.
Three important lessons I learned. Three important lessons I learned from that. One, I don't wear white. I don't wear no white drawers. Two, I do my own laundry. Number three, I make it a point that foreplay begins in the showers.
Alrighty.
It's a bitch.
Okay then.
If you complain about, you know, get the hair wet, get the shower curtain, get your ass in there. There's a reason why Andre 3000 said in the song Love Hater, everybody needs someone to rub a shoulder, scratch that dandruff. And everybody needs to stop acting hard and shit, or they get their ass whooped.
Shout out to 3 Stacks.
And you know you got company, you're coming over, so you scrub extra hard.
Okay, but that's if you're giving an acknowledgement to how to the value that the company is presenting within their intrinsic their intrinsic worth, meaning that you wish to hold yourself to a certain presentation unto that intrinsic worth that they're arriving with. Mm-hmm. But you have to acknowledge that, and you have to be aware of it, and you have to be able to acknowledge it in the first place. So what has happened with the women? Well, not what, because they didn't get the game. Again, back to Green Gorilla. Yo, he had a live this motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Sunday. It was dope. But yeah, back to the whole element of, and this is what I've been asking for the longest. What game? Because we get game all the time. We've been getting, a lot of us, if y'all don't understand what it means to receive wisdom in the culture pantheon of blackness and black people, meaning niggas. That's what we call game. Game ain't just trying to holler at chicks and the whole, you know what I'm saying, PUA side of the shit. You feel me? It's more along the line of receiving wisdom and experience, or receiving skill through the wisdom and experience of another. And we can do that because, you know what I'm saying, when we operate, you know, metanetrically, if you will. You know what I'm saying? The way that we deliver whatever it is we deliver, people can feel it, people can see it, people can formulate it 360 degree, all of that. We speak metanetry, right? All right. So when we talk about game, we're actually talking about wisdom.
But the majority is going to look at that as, yeah, it's just for the women, you know.
Shit, they call nigga. She falls beside along the motherfucking trail as we proceed. It's not for the intention of getting her, cause they don't make it that hard to get them. They already under another's programming.
But it'd be like, that's what game is about, players. How to get the women, nigga.
No, cuz, nah, homie. Shit. Nigga, game was for you, to get you, and understand how to navigate easily with everything outside of you. And your woman is outside of you. Your business is outside of you. Other people is outside of you.
What's good, Ray?
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
What it do? What it do? What it do, Ogre?
Shit.
Yeah, Ray. Just to remind you, the next episodes of Baki come out on Thursday.
Thank you for that reminder. That's a reminder I really appreciate. Thank you, because I just finished that pickle arc, and well, I've been finished because I watched the manga, but yeah, I finished the anime. Yeah, man. They didn't leave nothing out. You know, nothing was different. It was all the same. So
yeah, they didn't have some woke writer talking about, oh, I think this would be a better idea.
Yeah. Sit your ass down and don't mess with the formula.
Pickle arrived with a bow in his hair.
He had a male lover back in prehistoric times. Like, man, you remember Saturday night?
My favorite part in the manga, real quick, was when Baki checked his ass during the great father and son fight. When Pickle was about to intervene, Baki punched his prehistoric ass. He said, "Sit in his ass."
Hold up! No spoiler alert, nigga. In the voice of Riley Freeman, nigga. Hold up! I ain't watched all that shit, right?
Man, you know what though? Remember when Pedro Pascal was on Saturday Night Live? They did a dark version of Super Mario Brothers, and like
I do remember that.
Yeah, they were making fun of the woke shit. It's about some. Hi, I'm Yoshi.
I gotta see that.
Like I'm told.
I gotta see that.
I'm told I'm bisexual.
This is dumber than the Witcher origin story.
That's just hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah.
But dude, I mean, man, I'm a hyper dude, man, because real talk, I'm on like the last episode of Superman and Lois. So, because I went, by episode. So yeah, I'm glad I'm about finished with that, so I can cover it, do my review of it. Even though it's been out for a while, but I got to do that, and I'm gonna be doing reviews of other shows.
Okay, yeah, because I heard about Superman and Lois, how they turned how what's his name is Doomsday.
I didn't get I don't think I don't know if that's the last episode or not, but I know it's like I'm on where where Bizarro wakes up and he's about to cause havoc.
What?
Yeah, he I think he ate fucking one of Lex Luthor's right hand mans.
But hold up. Bizarro was eating people like a zombie now.
Man, I mean, I'm like, if any image they have of Bizarro, this one fits him just right. I mean, yeah,
What's up with
I have no complaints about how they did him on this one.
what's up with white people and zombies, y'all? Now, zombie is an African thing, right? Zombie is I forget what area in the supercontinent of Africa the
Well,
culture of
let's
zombie
get deep
comes
with it,
from.
brothers. Well, let's
Huh?
get deep with it. Well, let's get deep with it. What is up with white folks and them being like possessed and shit? Last Exorcist kind of shit. And,
Oh well, I'm not surprised with that. My only thing my thing is this the African context that they attempt to connect to with it, and because if you notice within the last like 8 years, all the superheroes have been zombies for some fucking reason. What the fuck is up with this zombie shit? For those of y'all who watch this shit, and I understand what the first zombie movie was supposed to be symbolic of. You know what I'm saying? The malls and shit. Shout out to Big Wayno out of Detroit. Put this jewel in my lap. The first zombie movie was when they were first starting the malls, and it was symbolic of how the people were when they would go to those malls, and consumerism at an all-time high, if you will, right? And they were in there buying shit, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day, what they had them feasting on, they had them feasting on brains. That was also symbolic. You know what I'm talking about? But now, what the fuck?
so
Zombie.
you're saying that there's like a big craving for zombie, anything zombie related.
But is it the same symbolism though? Is it still the same symbolism? Speaking of I guess the hyper sheeple aspect of people. You know what I mean?
Like people wanting to see other people dead, looking dead and shit.
No. Death is always symbolic. Death is not a real thing. It can't be real, especially in this reality to where life is what it is. Even when someone dies, you realize they really don't die. It's just that human, you know what I'm saying, carcass or whatever, or the human vessel or the human vehicle. It just isn't operative with their energy, but their energy is still here. So so what does that make death? Eh, just a process. So they're not really talking about death. I don't think they're talking about death, and specifically. I think it's a symbolic aspect of death, but within the living. Now, when it applies to superheroes, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Are they just trying some shit? And we off subject like a motherfucker.
I mean, this is really an open one. I mean, like when the topics are more specific, then the rule is enacted. So if I say it's okay, it's okay. But
Yeah, I can dig it.
yeah, but uh, yeah, I give this about another 10 minutes, and then we're about to land this plane.
Nah, let's mash out. Let's mash out, man. Get your sleep, man. Appreciate the
Yeah,
shop and the holler
Yeah,
challenge.
man, it's about to be Monday, dude. All right.
Already.
it is already Monday though. But
Yeah.
For real.
thanks for pointing that out. So do y'all got final words or
Shit, long live the bitch with line steppers.
All right, long live.
What he said. All right. Peace, y'all.
Word. Peace. So let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and state the final word before I get up out of here. Um, yeah. I know that I probably have done too many broadcasts on Simps, but I like to keep you guys informed on our current situation and the points of view that we face, and what we have, to face this certain opposition that we face as black men on these platforms every day. So I'm glad that you guys have a understanding that what I'm trying to accomplish here, strength and resolve for black men, and yeah, I'm gonna probably do a poll on the if I am to change the name or to keep the name the way it is not because I'm afraid I won't get an algorithm, but yeah, I do have to start thinking about, branding and such, because if I am to help other black men get to a point, I got to start helping myself as well. So I hope you guys understand, that sometimes there are minor changes that are sort of necessary. So that's just what it is. But on the note about the topic itself, these brothers out here be on some simp shit for real, for real. They really do, and um, we got to continue to push back and move forward as black men. So that'll be it for now. I'm tired as fuck. Thank you for watching another Smoke Show Sunday. This is Kev. BMBBH, long live the habitual line steppers, and Kev we trust. And per usual, when you don't give up, you will definitely win. So all of you have a good week, and I'll see you on the next go round.